From the fantasyfootballshow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
Okay, so basically, on your screen right in front of your face, you've got Watson, Godwin, Burrow, Collins. This is going to be probably how we're going to do the format from now on going forward. So you guys have a little idea of what's in store. But man, I'm getting tired of talking about Watson, but guys, we've got new stuff every day, so get used to it. It's not something that's going to go away. We're going to have a little bit of Watson on every single episode. The decision is expected to be expeditious, so that means, according to this report right here, we should hear very soon, because the Browns need to know what to do, and I think that the NFL is going to be very quick to make a decision. The NFLPA has filed a brief, so therefore you're going to see a response, because now, according to Jeff Darlington, Peter Harvey, the former Attorney General of New Jersey, is going to make a decision and have everything he needs to make an expeditious decision. So look for that to happen very, very soon. I don't know when. There's no timetable as stated here. There's no specific amount of time that we know of that this is gonna take place, but we should have a decision, I assume, in the next week or two, or less, maybe days. I don't know. We'll find out. But my guess, if I had to make a prediction, is Deshaun Watson will be out at least a minimum of 12 games. If I had to guess, 12 games, 10 to 12 games. I don't think they come back with a single digit number. There's just no way. There's no way that this goes to another arbitration type of situation and comes out from 6 games to 8 games. There's no way. The NFL wants a year long. Goodell wants a year long. Sue Robinson put a little wrinkle in this situation because her determination in 6 games was so far below the expectation level by everybody. Even Watson's camp was probably shocked when the 6-game suspension was announced. They probably went, we'll take it. They were probably ready to absorb 10 to 12 games. So I'm sure both sides are going to come to some kind of potential agreement, and then whether it gets worked out or not is a whole nother story. And then if it doesn't, then Peter Harvey's going to come in and give his ruling, and his ruling will be final. Does that mean that the NFLPA and Watson's camp won't take this to federal court? They most certainly will take it to federal court. They're going to take it to federal court. If it's a year long, they're taking it to federal court. Let me tell you why they take it to the court. Because there's a lot more at play than just, okay, he suspended another game or another handful of games. Or this is where his salary is subject to this, meaning he gets $1 million this year in salary and a roughly $65 million bonus. This man gets paid $66 million every single year. So it's $66 million every year. The Browns made a very Watson-friendly deal, and they made his signing bonus $65 million up front with only $1 million in salary, so that $1 million in salary, the salary is what the NFL can essentially confiscate if they wanted to, or to go after, right? So that $1 million, they wanted to protect the majority of his money, and they made his year one salary $1 million and his bonus $65 million. Every additional year is $66 million. $66 million. That's his salary every single year of his contract. $66 million. So you might be asking yourself, what's it matter if he gets suspended? If he gets suspended next year, 2023, he doesn't get $66 million salary. He gets $1 million because his contract will not have started yet. So it's a big deal to Watson and his camp because it delays this money a whole year. And so Watson got $65 million, will get $1 million this year, and will get $66 million salary next year. He won't get that. He'll get $1 million next year. Of course, he's got his $65 million already, boo-hoo. But I'm just pointing out that there's a lot of contract ramifications to a year-long suspension. So that is the Watson news. Now on to the Chris Godwin news. Chris Godwin is making cuts, running routes. How is he looking? I mean, the fact that if you watch the video of him cutting and catching footballs, he looks okay. But this is him in pads, sure. But he's making cuts, he's catching footballs. He's nowhere near ready. He's not ready for impact to the knee, a helmet to the knee, the swelling that's going to endure every time he goes out there. This particular route running session he's doing right here is going to cause X amount of swelling and pain. And so you got to understand that him coming back from an ACL tear, he probably won't practice much during the year. He'll take days off during the season if he comes back and tries to play. Really, really hard to expect. We got a YouTube exclusive member. Let's check this out. I got some windows closed. That's why I'm a little distracted because things aren't loading the way they should load. New member David Espinoza.
Let's go, mashed potatoes.
Yep. The Dave Meister, David Espinoza. Welcome to the YouTube exclusive member group, David. Drop a couple new emojis, pal. Appreciate you. We got a couple super chats in here. Ron Navy dropping one. Ron Navy, appreciate that. Ron Navy says, when you have time, use your advice 911. Where's his question at? Ask it again, bro, because I don't see it. There's so many messages already. But ask the question, pal. Whoever needs that advice, I'll look for it. But you know, Godwin looks okay. It's good news that Godwin's out there making cuts. It's good news that he doesn't have setbacks. Like this could be a lot worse than this, right? This could be a whole lot worse. Godwin could be literally, on the shelf right now. Remember Saquon Barkley? Everybody trusted Saquon Barkley and his ACL recovery, and he wasn't on the field doing this. So Godwin's clearly ahead of where Saquon Barkley was. It's good news, but don't be taking Godwin in round 5. Don't be taking Godwin in round 6. Don't be taking Godwin over a guy like St. Brown. St. Brown was the number 2 wide receiver in weeks 13 through 18. And this guy was a monster, and people are taking Godwin in round 5. It's just not good risk. It's not good risk at all. Some advice, should I trade Travis Etienne for DJ Moore? For running backs, I have Javonte Williams, Saquon Barkley, and Cam Akers. Should you trade Travis Etienne for DJ Moore? No. I don't care who your running backs are. Trade Cam Akers. Don't be trading Travis Etienne for DJ Moore. Travis Etienne could be a top 5 to 10 running back. I'm not saying DJ Moore can't be a wide receiver 1 in a perfect world, but we don't live in a perfect world. He's a wide receiver 2. Etienne could be a running back 1. It's not even close. No. Answer's no. That's not 911. That's like calling 911 when your cat's up a tree. Okay? You call the regular phone line for that. You don't call 911 for an easy case like this. Etienne, court dismissed. Wasting tying up the 911 phone lines for an easy call. Trade Akers. Akers for DJ Moore, that I could get behind, but even then, maybe you get more. Maybe you get more. It's tough to say. Godwin, tread lightly. Don't be drafting him early. Godwin is not somebody that feels safe at all. Joe Burrow, Joseph Cigar Smoking Burrow. Good news here. Not that we expected anything different. This is light work for Burrow. He'll be fine. But for those that are overly anxious, worried William out there, no longer had the PICC line in his arm and seemed to be okay walking. This is all par for the course. Don't worry about Joe Burrow. He'll be fine. I paid for the 911, says Ron. Ron paid for the 911. Well, that's different, Ron. The answer... Did you ask it? When you have time... Yeah, I guess you did, because you super chatted about it. All right. 911, how can we help? Hold on. 911, how can we help you? Yes, I have a very big emergency. I don't know if I should trade Travis Etienne. Oh, please come help. I don't know if I... Calm down. Please explain your emergency. I don't know if I should trade Travis Etienne, a top 5 to 10 running back, for DJ Moore. Calm down. Sir, I need you to calm down. Okay, first of all, everything's okay because you already own Etienne. Oh, but I don't know if I should trade him for DJ Moore. Look, it's very simple. Is DJ Moore top 5 to 10 capable? No. Okay. Is Travis Etienne? Yes. There's your answer. Goodbye. Okay, thank you. 911 call concluded. I mean, look at. Do you see? And I'm not mad at whoever. I don't even know who asked that question. I keep reading. I can't even read the name. Humus. I don't know what it was. I can't even remember what the name said. So I don't even know who it was. I'm not even mad at you. I don't even know you asked the question. But let me ask you a question. Do you see DJ Moore on this list?
The Moon Men.
I see
dropping loads in outer space.
My point. Yeah, Ron, you're the man. Ron, no one's. We appreciate you, Ron. This is all part of the show. DJ Moore won't be a Moon Man. Will Humes. Am I saying that right, Ron? Will Humes. I mean, Will. Where's Will? I feel like Will. I feel like Will is fictional. This is like Ron's second character. I'll never see Will Humes ask a question, but Ron will always super chat about him. Will Humes season to the moon. Will and Ron to the moon.
To the moon.
Ron's always to the moon.
To the moon.
I don't even see Will Humes' message anywhere. I feel like he's a fictitious character Ron made up. Ron's alter ego. Ron's anti-Kirk Cousins. Will Humes. It sounds so made up too. Sorry, Will, if you're really out there. Who do you want once Godwin returns, DK or Godwin? DK. Who do I want now? DK. Who do I want later? DK. Godwin coming back from an ACL tear. Not good. Godwin's not a good look for 2022. People drafted this guy in round 5 and 6 is crazy. DK. Media, are you to the moon? No. Media, I appreciate you, but you're way too biased to be going to the moon, bro. We need people that are critical, outside the box thinkers. You're a tunnel vision Niner fan. It's tunnel vision. If we need to take a Niner fan to the moon, you'll be the first call. But no moonshots. JAC beat reporters out of Jacksonville say James Robinson and Etienne are competing for the starting job. How in the hell is he a top 10 guy? Moore has over 1,100 yards in the past 3 years. Etienne hasn't played a snap. Laughing emoji. We need these kind of comments. JAC, we appreciate you for all that you are doing for this movement known as holding down Travis Etienne's value. And I especially love the crying, laughing emoji. It adds the nice trick to it. We appreciate it. We salute you, JAC. Keep doing damage out there. Spread the word. Spread the word. DJ Moore over Etienne. Tell everyone. Tell everyone, please. If I'm not to the moon, then Smitty, I am not to the moon because of Trey Lance. I don't know. Riddle me something else, media, because I don't get that one. Who are you taking in the first pick PPR, JT or CMC? I love that assumption that I'm even considering CMC at the one spot. I'm taking JT. It's JT all day. I'll take Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson or Cooper Kupp over CMC. So not even contemplating CMC at the one, but I appreciate you. Anthony dropping a super chat. Anthony says, why do you like DK this year, Smitty? It's not so much that I like DK this year, like, oh, I like him more than I've ever liked him, or everyone's wrong about him. What I'm merely saying is that DK Metcalf is priced into 5th round value right now. Like, the conversation of will DK Metcalf do okay because of his quarterback situation, or hey Smitty, are you worried about DK Metcalf's quarterback situation? That's an irrelevant conversation that really doesn't even apply anymore, because that's a question you ask somebody when DK's going in his old ADP range of the 2-3 turn. With Russell Wilson in Seattle, he was a 2-3 turn player. You could have legitimately took DK Metcalf in the late second round or early third round. He was A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown and DK would float in the exact same ADP area if Russell Wilson was on roster. So going from the 2-3 turn all the way to round 5, why are we still having, and I'm not saying this to you, Anthony, I'm saying in general, why are we still having as a fantasy football conversation piece? Why are we still talking about DK Metcalf's risk or quarterback situation when he's literally been priced down? No, not from 2-3 to late third, not from 2-3 to late fourth, but from 2-3 to 5. DK Metcalf is a steal at 5. Everything that we talk about risk-wise is packaged right into the equation. DK Metcalf is absolutely fine. I'm not worried about DK Metcalf at all in the 5th round. DK Metcalf can earn that value back with ease. I love me some DK Metcalf in round 5. So why do I love DK this year? Because he's priced more than half price. He's literally a 5th round pick, Anthony. You can't really get better than that in round 5. So absolutely love him. Ron says we look out for each other here. Absolutely, Ron. Ron to the moon.
To the moon.
JT's the 1.1. JT's the 1.1.
To the moon.
What's up, Legion? Appreciate you being here. Goddard and Ayuk for McLaurin. Redraft half PPR. Goddard and Ayuk for McLaurin. I mean, you could argue either way depending on what your need is, you know. But I'd rather have McLaurin. But I do like Ayuk a lot. So if you needed a tight end really badly, it's not a bad move. But I'd say McLaurin, man. Ayuk's like a 7th rounder. Whether you think he's going to do better than that or not, value-wise, Ayuk's a 7th rounder. Goddard's a 7th rounder or beyond. So McLaurin's a 3rd. You know, like, I think you're selling yourself short. McLaurin should get you more. Ron 1.1. I would take Ron 1.1. Let's go. I'm with you, Smitty. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate you. And you don't have to agree with me, guys. I'm here to provide my side of the story. It's not always going to be right. It's sometimes going to be not the most appealing story. Ron Navy 1.1. I like both sides, says Kenny. Baked in, says Legion. DK's a beast looking for not attaboy. All right, let's go to the phone calls.
It's voicemail time. Drop a voicemail at the Fantasy Football Show on the gram. Tell your grandma.
He'll punch you in the throat.
All right, first question. Going to the voicemails, although we have to answer this one right here. And you know what I find? I don't know. I don't recognize Anguda. I don't recognize you. It's always the new people that come right out at my neck. I don't know. Why are you so low on CMC? Even though he has the potential to win you leagues. PPR. I'm not mad at this question. You guys can ask questions. Please stop taking it personally because I rant and rave about something, okay? I'm not mad at Anguda. Okay? I'm not mad at anybody. I'm a passionate person. Okay? I'm passionate about topics. I'm not yelling at anybody specifically. Okay? But Anguda, why am I so low on CMC? Have you seen him for 2 years, bro? Have you seen him do anything for 2 years? Has he disappointed you for 2 years? I could understand, Anguda, if you were like, hey, do you think he could be good? Or what do you think about that? But to literally be shocked or ask a question like that. And again, I'm not mad at you. Please continue to ask him. This is content. And I like ranting and raving. But it is a funny question to me because it's like, You're basically like shocked in a way. You're asking me to provide evidence when you are the one that needs to provide evidence for me. I'm the one that's prosecuting here. You're the one defending because your side of the fence, CMC, hasn't showed up for 2 years. What do I have to do? What do I have to prove? I don't have to prove a thing. CMC, why am I down on CMC? I'm down on CMC because he hasn't done anything for 2 years. I mean, it's pretty clear. It's really clear. Smitty is the truth. Pay the Oracle some respect and leave a like at the front door. Atta broski. We got 105 of you in here and only 42 people have taken off their shoes and wiped their feet. Appreciate you being here. You can be late all you want as long as you watch the show. Some people just don't watch your show. Thank you, Angel. I don't know if that's an underhanded comment. I'm going to pretend it wasn't. I'm going to pretend that comment was to the moon.
To the moon.
Who knows? I'll never know if it is because I won't remember 4 minutes later. Chase over CMC all day long. Absolutely. Not even a question. Not even a hesitation. Had CMC for the last 4 years in my keeper league. No championship, says East Coast Tatty. I love that people are shocked about it, though. They're like, wait a minute. But CMC... Okay, here's the most common. In 10 minutes... I don't recognize you either. It's always the brand new people. And I hope we retain you because I'm not mad at you. Okay? Let me repeat that. This is me attacking the topic, not you. Okay? So 10 minute, please stay. Please don't get mad at me. Put on your thick skin suit and let's roll. If CMC stays healthy, though, he's a league winner. Okay? You know what I mean? Like, what do you say to this? If he stays healthy, that's the problem, 10 minutes. That's the problem. If he stays healthy, why do you think we're questioning him? Because he's doing too many model ads? I mean, like, what is the other issue here at hand that we would even be pulling him down for? If he stays healthy, though, he's a league winner. Of course he's a league winner if he stays healthy. You know who would be a league winner if he stayed healthy? Derrick Henry. Christian McCaffrey. A lot of players could be league winners if they stayed healthy. But the odds of him staying healthy apparently are very low. You know what I'm saying? Ziggy, show me the backyard. Ziggy, show me the backyard. He just tells me that there's motion in the backyard, and then I tell him to show me the backyard, and he says there's nothing known as back. Ziggy, shut up! And then there's nothing that he can show me. Let's go in to the camera and see what's happening in the backyard. Because something's going on. Something's going on in Smitty's backyard, and we got to check it out. The mailman. Not in the backyard, Ziggy. That was the front door. Guy's so backwards. He's got his wires crossed. He doesn't know what he's doing. We need to replace Ziggy ASAP. As for this question, 10 minute, of course CMC can be a league winner. We're telling you that we all don't feel like he's a lock to stay healthy. Therefore, he's not going to be anywhere near my top 5. You hear that, 10 minute? I'm not even drafting him in my top 5, let alone talking about him 1.1. Could he be a league winner? For sure. But if he doesn't stay healthy, if he stays healthy, Smitty, but Smitty, if he stays healthy, he's a league winner. But if he doesn't stay healthy, he's a league loser, like he's been the last 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, 10 minute. Don't go anywhere. We appreciate you being here. I love having you. Bro fist. Can you tell the difference between the people who have not drafted CMC in the past few years? Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that people have been burned by CMC 2 years in a row or having that stance. So it is a little weird. You know, the people supporting him, maybe they are the people that are just sticking by. They want to, like, get some kind of closure, potentially. That could be it. It could be some sort of closure mechanism. You know, your boy Smitty, psych major, there's a reason. There's a reason. Ron Navy says, no, you wouldn't, Smitty. I'm too old. You hate old. Ron, there are some older players that I have some compassion for, okay? Let's be a little fair. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. When I remember one, I'll let you know. Ziggy, a CMC fan, so he's messing with you. Maybe he is. Hey, Ziggy. Oh, God, he's worthless. Like, even when I'm talking to him, he interrupts me. Ziggy, is Christian McCaffrey injured?
Christian McCaffrey is not injured.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. Let's really test him.
Your last Amazon order cannot be
Ziggy. What? Ziggy, is Mike Thomas injured? I'm going to cancel my last.
Thomas is not injured.
I don't buy it. Hey, Ziggy, is Chris Godwin injured?
Chris Godwin is currently listed as out with injury to his knee, ACL plus MCL.
Here's the real test. Ziggy, is Cam Akers injured?
This might answer your question. Cam Akers is not injured.
Oh, come on, Ziggy, you're done. Ziggy off. Michael K. CPA says old equals Keenan Allen. Look, there are certain players that when you get to a certain age, or certain positions rather, where it's like it's time to close the casket, so to speak. Running backs, that is becoming about 27 years old. It used to be 30. People will still try and argue 30, but they don't know what they're talking about. It's 27 years old. Derrick Henry's right at that tipping point. 27 is the new 30. A lot of it has to do with impact at lower levels collectively, right? You're getting hit harder at running back in Pop Warner. You're getting harder in high school. You're getting hit harder in college. And the sum total of that, your body as a running back has more wear and tear by the time you get to the NFL than it ever did. And you're getting harder hits with harder players, faster game. It is a cascading snowball effect that has moved the running back's day of death somewhere in age 27. Could there be an outlier? Of course. I'm not a moron. In a 2 QB league, which rounds do you suggest drafting QBs? My strategy and Gouda would be the one that I preach like no other, which is take a quarterback in the first round, right? Especially if you have a top, the round, top of that round draft pick. And if you're able to get at least a Hurts or a Kyler or a Lance, especially if you can get a Burrow. My top 4 quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Herbert, Burrow, Mahomes, not in any particular order, but walk out with one of those. Treat it as in a Superflex. This is a Superflex and not a 2 mandatory QB. A little bit different advice. In a Superflex, walk out of round 1 with the quarterback. Consider that round 0. Then get back to normal non-2 QB thinking and start drafting per usual in round 2. Make round 2 your round 1. Make round 3 your round 2, and so forth. Get back into the second QB game when it makes sense, but flow of draft can tell you that. I can't tell you that because I don't know the flow of draft. But you draft in the second round players you would have drafted in the first round had it been a 1 QB. That's how you dominate. Be a little risky with your QB2 if it's Superflex in that light because of what you can build around it. And I absolutely love Davis Mills is my second quarterback in 2 QB leagues, and he falls relatively far. Absolute home run type move. That's how you dominate a Superflex. And you want proof of how you dominate a Superflex? Bro, I'll give you a screenshot of my team right here. This is a Superflex draft. I did the draft live. On my show. Let's see if I can find the screenshot of it. This team is phenomenal. I absolutely crushed and dominated the entire league live on my YouTube channel. We did it live. We looked amazing. We proved the point. We proved how you dominate a Superflex. Here's my team. Where's my roster? Here we go. Look at this Superflex roster and tell me you aren't just giddy when you see it. Okay, here we go. Here's my team. Sending it now. Pulling it onto screen. Here it is. Get ready to see glory in front of your face. Drafting from the 7 hole. I got Joe Burrow to fall. This is an expert draft. 12 team, 2 QB. Joseph Burrow going at 7. Then I reverted into normal draft mode. I treated that Joe Burrow pick like it was round 0. Then I go with Swift in round 2, which is technically a round 1 pick, right? In that mindset. I go with Javonte Williams in round 3, which is technically a round 2 type of player. Tyreek Hill, he's not a round 3 player, he's a round 2 player. I got Tyreek Hill in round 4, which was, in a sense, my round 3, right? In St. Brown, Kyle Pitts, Brandon Ayuk, Trevor Lawrence, the Law Dog's going to come back with a vengeance this year. Don't judge him based off of his wasted reset year. This team is fire. Zach Wilson, maybe he doesn't work out, but he's my bench Superflex quarterback. And I've got other guys down below, but I'm just showing you the lineup essentially. But that lineup is straight fire. Stevenson could break out. The only mistake I really feel like I made is I thought Kenneth Walker was going to fall. I should have grabbed him a little earlier, but I love this team. Love this team. Yeah, the difference between Superflex and 2QB is 2QB is where you're mandatory starting 2 quarterbacks. Superflex is where you have a flex that can be a second quarterback. Most people that come in here, though, 90% of the time that say 2QB, they're not in 2QB. They're in Superflex leagues. So I tend to answer the question as if it's a Superflex question because people will just say 2QB. Ron, appreciate your super chat. Wait, what did you just say? Yes, that's why I'm in the graveyard casket closed, says Ron. Look, we're all getting older. The sad part is when you're older than any NFL player, you know, or close to it, that's the way it is for me. And, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. These are kids now, you know. Some of these kids, look at Trey Lance. Trey Lance he can't even rent a car. He can't even rent a car in most states. Trey Lance can't rent a car in most states. It's crazy. 109 people in here, only 56 likes. Hit that thumb up button. 119 people now, rock out. Hit that like button. Let's get those likes to match up. Appreciate everybody being here. All right, we're supposed to go to the voicemails a while ago, and I've been sitting here ranting and raving. Appreciate everybody joining me today. Voicemail group number 1, Bruce.
It's news that Joe Burrow is technically, we don't know when he's coming back. Is this a great sign for us, fantasy-wise?
I love the way Bruce, his bedside manner is amazing. You know, this guy, the Bruce, he has bedside manner that's beyond comparable to anybody else I can think of. The way he comes in and says stuff like, he broke his neck. This Joe Burrow, there's no timetable for him to come back. Is this fantastic news? Yeah, it is. Because guess what? This guy, Joseph Cigar Smoking Burrow, who's falling all the way down to 6th round territory anyway, is now cemented in 6th round. I've even had people DM me, multiple people, different people, saying, Smitty, I just got Burrow in round 7 in an underdog best ball draft, which you can also do by going to the link in the description or going to Underdog Fantasy and using promo code Smitty. Match up to $100 on your first deposit. But this right here, this kind of information, Burrow, round 7, you can win a best ball draft. You could win your little league of 12 and get into the next round by doing things like this. Give yourself a big shot at winning one of those big money prizes by getting Joseph Cigar Smoking Burrow in round 6, round 7, a space monster. This is a guy that is going to outer space.
The Moon Men, dropping loads in outer space.
Space Monsters.
And if that wasn't enough,
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars Men. Loads dropping and spinning aimlessly in space.
10 Minutes got good information here. 10 Minutes says that Burrow's ADP on Underdog is now reaching 7.2. And if that is correct, 10 Minute, if that is correct, it's exactly what I just said, which puts Joe Burrow in an even better position to help you win your league because he's cementing in the 7th round. He was flirting with 7th round. Now he's cemented in. 10 Minute just told you. 10 Minute got yelled at a minute ago. Now he's coming in dropping loads on screen. Excellent job, 10 Minute. Kenny Power, appreciate you. Burrow or Hurts? I mean, it's a good question. It's gonna be Burrow for me because Burrow's my top 4 quarterback, bro. But guess who's 5 or 6? Jalen. So, I mean, you go Jalen over Burrow. I'm not making you take a lap. I love Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts could run for 900 to 1,000 yards. Jalen Hurts, not Lamar. Jalen Hurts, not Lamar, is like having an extra running back. No, Lamar is not like having an extra running back. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. having Lamar Jackson's like having Lamar Jackson's like having a running back and no quarterback, or a quarter of a quarterback and a full running back. Having Jalen Hurts is like having an extra running back, because you still get a 300-yard passer in there. And if you don't think he's capable of consistently dropping 300-yard monsters on the field on the regular, buckle up, Buttercup, because 2022 is going to be real painful for you receipt-wise, because Jalen Hurts is a 300-yard type of quarterback. This guy has a gun, a cannon, and he's going to throw it all day long to his new weapon, A.J. Brown. You're going to judge Jalen Hurts off last year when he didn't have A.J. Brown? Imagine if you lost A.J. Brown. Okay, imagine you're a quarterback, you lose A.J. Brown. You're going to have a pretty bad year, right? You lost your big weapon. This guy he just got added, A.J. Brown. So start recalibrating your thinking when you're judging Jalen Hurts off last year's numbers and getting better as a first-year starter, and start thinking about it this way. Okay, Jalen Hurts last year still did some pretty good things. Now he's getting one of the best wide receivers, a top 5 to 7 wide receiver in the NFL. What do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? Give me Burrow, but I love Jalen. Jalen's going to drop massive loads all over the field. Jalen Hurts is going to run like Smitty did the other night. If you guys watched me on my live stream, I went running during my Instagram live stream. Was it my Instagram live stream? Yeah, it was my Instagram live stream. Thoughts on Tolbert in the later rounds? Yeah, and I like Vasher too. I think he could be good. One of those guys is going to do well. T. Higgins in round 3, no thank you. I've preached that a while, Marky Mark. I like T. Higgins maybe late round 3. Like the last, like one of the last picks. But I'm more about Higgins in round 4. You may not get it. You don't get what you want all the time. Doesn't mean you force it. Me putting Higgins in a 3rd round draft slot feels a little bit forced. It doesn't mean he's going to bust. It doesn't mean I don't like him. People are going to come in and Higgins has got a good year, and someone's going to come in and say, Smitty, you didn't like Higgins. I do like Higgins. I just don't like him in round 4 or 3. I like him in round 4. Doesn't mean I'm a hater. It just means he's safer in round 4. Round 3, there's still a lot of players that I like. Like, even if I have to draft early on Etienne or Breece Hall, boom. But I love Higgins. He is going to break out. He's going to be phenomenal. But I just don't think it's maximizing value to take him in the middle of the 3rd round. So, understand what I'm saying. Love him. He's almost a home run in the 4th round. But I just think in the 3rd's a wee bit early. We need a space monster emoji. I'll work on that. For right now, maybe we'll use a monster emoji. Let's see what we got monster-wise. Monster. We have this one. We can use that emoji for now. We'll create one. We'll create a space monster emoji. Don't worry. Next question. The Bruce.
Hey, Smitty, who's a better running back pick? Is it Breece Hall, or is it Etienne, or is it kind of equal, like the same?
It's very even. Hall or Etienne? Hold on. Hall or Etienne? I mean, it's preference, bro. I'm going to say Hall. But if I've got 2 leagues, and I always say this to Bruce, you've been here, I think, for it. 2 leagues side by side. I'm drafting at 3.8. Running backs are flying off the board. Etienne's there. Hall is there. We did this in the Throne draft when Hall and Etienne were on the board, and Gibson and Montgomery. And that's all that was left on the board. And we had to go all the way down the 3rd round and all the way back to the 4th round. There's no way we would have had a running back. It was in a crazy running back hungry draft, the Throne expert draft. We took Breece Hall really early, and we took him over Etienne. I love Etienne, but Breece Hall is a league winner. Breece Hall, not that Etienne's not, but Breece Hall is to me a top 5 to 10 running back. Hall is going to explode. There is a reason that Hall is on the Mars Men.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars Men.
Not saying Etienne can't jump on this list. Both of them
The Moon Men.
are a part of the Moon Men.
Dropping loads in outer space.
Okay, so obviously both of them, Etienne and Hall, are here.
He's on a shuttle to
But only
Mars.
Breece Hall's here, so
Mars
that
Men.
definitely gives you an indication of who who I might like a little bit better. Not saying Etienne can't land on that 5-man craft to Mars. There's only 2 more additions we can make. I'm taking my sweet time with it. I don't want to rush it. But 2 more people are going to be seated in that Mars shuttle. And we don't know which one yet. Who's it going to be? Who we adding? But this is a very good question to Bruce.
Is Burrow and Chase the best receiver quarterback stack? And if not, who is?
They are. Some will argue that it's, Stafford and Cup or whatever, or, some would say Mahomes and Kelsey, but we're talking about wide receivers, not tight ends. And even so, I'd take Chase and Burrow over Kelsey and Mahomes. And you can at me all you want. I really don't care. But, I mean, Chase and Burrow. Burrow is arguably 1 to 3 for quarterbacks. I rank him 3 behind Herbert and Josh Allen, but I love him almost as much, and he goes in round 6 or 7. So, like I've always told you, and the reason that we have Burrow on this Mars shuttle,
He's on a shuttle
because
to Mars.
Burrow,
Mars men.
and Javonte and Hall, the reason these guys are on the shuttle, it's not about just being
Loads
breakouts.
dropping and spinning aimlessly in space.
It's about being the best value in fantasy football. These 5 individuals right now, 3 people are on it. We're putting 2 more individuals, 5 total, are the best picks in fantasy football 2022. The best picks in fantasy football 2022. Breece Hall could be a top 5 to 10 running back. You get him in round 4. Joe Burrow could be the number 1 quarterback, at least top 3, and you're getting him in round 6 or 7. Javonte could be the number 1 running back in fantasy football 2022, and you're getting him all the way at 12, 13, 14, all the way down to 22. Smitty, you think Javonte is top 2, Hall is top 5, and Etienne's top 5, so everyone you pick is going nuclear, right? Forget about the rest of the NFL's top 10 running backs. Laughing emoji. Swaggy. When I say someone's top 5 to 10, Swaggy, what does that mean to you? Because when I call Etienne top 5 to 10, I call Breece Hall top 5 to 10. Doesn't that leave a little more wiggle room than top 5, Swaggy? The fantasy football to the moon. Rock out.
to the moon.
Barkley is buying Javonte's ticket. Not sure what that means, but if it means that Barkley's holding Javonte Williams' jockstrap, then I agree. Nice sandwich, by the way. Elijah Moore to the moon, absolutely.
To the moon.
I love Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore is so good. Putting on weight, looking like a monster. Walker will make the moon. Look, Walker's
to the moon.
Walker's headed to the moon for sure. Will he make the Moon Men list? I think so, good sir. In fact, Robert, maybe by Monday's show, you're going to see Kenneth Walker on the Moon Men list. If not by the end of this show. Rock out with another super chat. The Fantasy Football Show to the moon.
To the moon.
You can keep saying it. I love it. Ayuk to the moon? Maybe. I won't give him a moonshot yet, but definitely love his value at about the 7th round area. His ticket for the moon trip, Smitty. Yes, Peaker. I think Barkley will purchase it for Javonte. Moon Men need a wide receiver, says Kenny. Let's take a look at the Moon Men list one more time. Let's see what wide receiver we can put on here.
The moon men. Dropping loads in outer space.
Space Monsters.
All right, let's put Trey over here. We're gonna make this bottom row a little smaller. They're not as. It doesn't mean that they're lesser necessarily. We just need to make room for this moon expedition. So we're gonna put Pollard over here. We're gonna put Trey Lance. We're gonna put Rashad White right here. Okay. I like it. Here we go. We got Dalton. Move Dalton over a little bit. Dalton, you okay, Dalton? Sorry you're not as much of a focus here. Got Dalton Schultz. We got Rashad White. Got Tony Pollard. Now we are going to add St. Brown. Let's add St. Brown to this list, given the value and the theme of what really constitutes a moon man. Amon Ra St. Brown. Let's get him up here on this list because of the value. Like, this guy is a potential top 10 wide receiver, and he's going in like the 6th, 7th round. Tough to say where he's even going. Sometimes he goes much, much later than in some drafts than in others. So it kind of just depends. All right, here we go. Moon Man. Everybody, welcome the newest member, St. Brown, to the Moon Man Club. St. Brown, young man, we salute you. Welcome to the Moon Men.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
The Moon Men, dropping loads in outer space.
Space Monsters.
And on that note, you know what? Let's get Kenny Walker on this list. Let's stop delaying. Let's stop messing around. Especially if like something happens over the weekend. I'm gonna be so mad if we don't have him on here ahead of time of some breaking news. Like, so let's just put Kenny Walker on this list and let's do it live. Kenny Walker, welcome to the Moon Men list, young man. You are now a Moon Man. If I could get this image in the right place. Okay, here we go. Kenneth Walker is a Moon Man. Whoa. Back up, boy. Okay, let's make this a little smaller. Javonte, I'm sorry, we got to make room. We're going to put Kenny Walker on this top shelf because he is a top shelf Moon Man. Top shelf Moon Man. Etienne's a top shelf Moon Man. Joseph Cigar Smoking Burrow is a top shelf Moon Man. Breece Hall is a top shelf Moon Man. It's hard to get this just right. Burrow's a little small. Come on, this guy's a monster. He needs to be a little bit bigger. And we got Breece Hall over here. Breece Hall up in this mug. Moon Man. Kenneth Walker is a Moon Man. Welcome to the club, baby. And let's put a Kenny Walker right here. Walker. Oh boy. Change that color just slightly. A little bit more Jacksonville Seattle Seahawks color. I don't know if that's right, but whatever. We're just going to put it right there. So there we go. Moon Men in full effect. Look at these monsters right here. Kenneth Walker.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
You are it.
The Moon Men, dropping loads in outer space.
Space Monsters.
Oh, Ron Navy is making a good case. We talk about Swift a lot. And the thing is, Ron, like, here's where the dilemma is, okay? Because Swift is going in the first round. Schultz is climbing and becoming less of a Moon Man, so to speak, because, you know, he's not as much of a steal as he was. St. Brown's a steal. Rashad White's a steal. Pollard's a steal. Trey Lance is becoming less of a steal each day, but he's still a steal. He's still top 5 potential, and people are undervaluing him. Walker a steal. Hall a steal. 4th round. Burrow 6th, 7th round steal. Etienne, people are making fun of the fact I'm calling a top 5 to 10 receiver. I'm getting laughed at on my own show. And Javonte is potentially the number 1, number 2 overall running back, and you're drafting him in round 2. Swift isn't falling quite as far. So to the definition and standard of a Moon Man, it's hard to really put Swift on the list because it's not like you're stealing him away. You know what I mean? The Moon Man list is a specific list of absolute steals and monsters.
The Moon Men, dropping
So
loads
Swift
in
would be out
outer
of place.
space.
You notice that? Like, he would just be a first round player. You know what I mean? So I don't know that I'm going to put him on here.
Space Monsters.
Yeah, it don't, you know. And even Herbert is, you know, Herbert might be in this moon shuttle because he was the leader of the Moon Men last year, and we got to put him on here. But we can't. I don't think we can put Swift on here because he's a first rounder. If Javonte was going at 5 overall, it'd be hard to put him on this list. He's going in the 2nd round, so it's a big difference. You doing call-ins? Yes, I am, Prod. I'm doing call-ins. I'm still getting through the voicemails. I don't know if...
Is Burrow and Chase the best receiver quarterback stack? And if not, who is?
So, again, to answer that question, yes. Jim.
Seem like the exact same prospect to me. They're both elite pass. Hey, Smitty. I want to talk about James Cook and Rachaad White. Both of them seem like the exact same prospect to me. They're both elite pass-catching running backs. They both have question marks on whether they can handle a full 3-down workhorse load. And they both play in elite offenses with Tom Brady and Josh Allen. So why is James Cook always going several rounds ahead of Rachaad White? And which one do you like better?
I mean, there's upsides and downsides to both, right? James Cook has got Singletary, Zach Moss. I'm not really worried about Zach Moss, but he's there. But Singletary is the front runner, the lead dog, the guy that finished the year pretty much on fire. Like, Singletary was one of the better running backs in the NFL in the final, like, 6-7 games. Not that I think that will, transcend into 2022. I'm just saying, like, the job itself isn't, like, wide open because he finished very, very well. I like Cook. I don't love Cook. I love Rachaad White. And while many people will agree with you in saying that they both have questions of being a lead dog, I don't feel that way personally about Rachaad White. I do feel that way about James Cook, the brother of Dalvin Cook. I think Rachaad White can be an every down back, an every down monster. And every down to me for Rachaad White is in the same context as Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is an every down back, but he's not necessarily an every down between the tackles back. So give me Rachaad White, and I draft him earlier. I value him higher. I trade for him. I trade Cook for him in a heartbeat straight up. I draft Rachaad White in a rookie-only draft. Every single part about Rachaad White checks the box versus James Cook. Good question, though.
If Hollywood is suspended, Smitty, as Hopkins already is, how much further do we drop down Kyler Murray?
If Hollywood is out for a game, let's say, which I can't see it being more than a game if it even, is a game at all, because it doesn't feel like there's gonna be a suspension. If they did suspend him 1 or 2 games, which would be the max. I mean, you drop Kyler maybe below Hurts for sure. Instead of toying around with that idea you might be toying around with. You drop Kyler maybe below Trey. And maybe you don't draft that way. Maybe you just say, I'm going to avoid Kyler and draft Trey the next round. I'm not necessarily saying you draft one over the other, but you might want one over the other. So dropping him down. Hollywood. It's easier to say Hollywood. I want to put it back. Hollywood Brown. Very much quicker. Rolls off the tongue. I don't think he'll get suspended, though, Brucey. I don't think so. Kenny.
Hey, Smitty, Elijah Moore is looking like the number 1 for the Jets.
Hold on. Daddy Dennis is speeding. Nobody's hurt. Bro, he was going 126 miles per hour. I thought the same thing, Daddy Dennis. I'm like, what did he do? Go 95 and a 65? He went 126 miles an hour, Daddy Dennis. Raise your hand and don't just try and flex in here and lie about it. Who here has driven a vehicle 126 miles per hour? Not on a racetrack, on the streets. What moron in here is willing to raise their hand and admit they went 126 miles an hour in between pedestrians and civilized communities? I mean, 126 miles an hour, Daddy Dennis, is quite a number. I don't know. I'm going to say I don't like it. I don't like it at all, Daddy Dennis. You're going to be a big star. It's got to be Hollywood, babe, says Space Ricky. It was criminal speeding. That was the definition of criminal speeding. He did need to be arrested for going 126 miles an hour if he was even in remotely close to other people driving the road. What if that was your boy Smitty driving around? What if I was walking holding a gas can because Smitty was out of gas and I'm walking and here comes Hollywood zipping by in Arizona. That's where I live, bro. I could be out getting food. I could be on a food run. Daddy Dennis, you don't know if I'm walking around the streets of Phoenix. I go running late at night. On the freeway. I live in Arizona. What if I got hit by Hollywood Brown? What would you be saying then? Most people's cars can't even go 126 miles per hour. So anybody in here saying, I did. Tell me what car you drive. And then we'll determine whether you actually went 126 miles per hour. Joel, late to the party. It's okay, Joel. Did we get to this question?
Yeah, last year, I think he's going off.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Smitty, Elijah Moore is looking like the number one for the Jets. I loved him at the end of last year. I think he's going off. Are you moving him up your boards at all?
He might be a moon man. He's definitely going to the moon. Elijah Moore.
To the moon.
Is he a moon man? Not yet, but he could be. I think Elijah Moore is a monster, man. I think he's got something to say about this whole Garrett Wilson's the number one wide receiver of the future there in New York. I don't know that Elijah Moore is accepting of that. And I don't blame him. And he put on some weight. And Garrett Wilson's kind of small. Like, I like Garrett Wilson. I'm not saying he's a bust. I'm not saying anything of the sort. So, back off, Garrett Wilson lovers. You're going to come in here and get mad at me. But I'm really thinking that Garrett Wilson, the smaller guy, Elijah Moore putting on some LBs. Elijah Moore bulking up for a reason. And I think Elijah Moore is going to try and St. Brown the heck out of the 2022 season and put his mark. I think he's gonna leave his mark all over the field, like a dog, dog does, where he urinates everywhere. I think he's literally gonna be like, you watch this. I'm gonna make my mark. This is my team, and he's gonna leave his mark all over. And guess who's familiar with this man, Zach Wilson? Guess what rapport it takes precedency over. A nice up-and-coming young wide receiver, the rapport between Zach Wilson and Elijah Moore is already proven. Rockout says, got to keep Smitty safe. Yeah, you got to keep me safe on the streets when I'm running around, bro, doing live streams. I'm not paying attention. I'm on my phone live streaming, and I'm not paying attention. If Hollywood Brown comes zipping by and runs me over, what are you going to do? What are you going to do from 7 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday? What are you going to do then, Daddy Dennis? If good old Smitty's gone. Michael KCPA says, I'm starting to warm up to Kadarius Toney as a wide receiver 3 high volume leap. Year 2 leap. What do you say? I'm okay with this, but you definitely want to draft him outside of wide receiver 3 territory, like a late wide receiver 3 to put him in there. Take advantage of the fact that his ADP is lower than that, but I'm okay with that. Smitty ever not worn a hat on a live stream video? All the time. Highlight. I go live all the time. Bro, I don't wear a hat often. Eat candy and get fat, says Meet the Woo. If Moore has an attractive mom, Zach Wilson will target her all year, says East Coast Taddy. Go live from the hospital bed. Does anybody think I wouldn't go live from a hospital bed? Swaggy likes Tony as a sleeper. I think Tony's a good sleeper, but you got to draft him as like a wide receiver 4. Definitely. Tony has the talent, just needs the QB play, and he needs to keep things all together. You know what I'm saying? He needs to keep it all together. Tony got wide back talent, says Space. I think Hollywood would have swerved to avoid hitting Smitty. Maybe. What if he hit Kyler? He wouldn't see Kyler. Hollywood Brown's not like the tallest guy. So Hollywood Brown's driving and Kyler's way below, any line of sight. And then boom, feels like he hit a little bump. And then we don't see Kyler show up the next day to practice. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood, slow down. Smitty's last request before dying would be to go live one more time. That's right. With my hat off, Highlight. Do you feel satisfied now, Highlight, that I took my hat off? Are you good to go now? Are we good if we put it behind us? David Hess says Smitty would go live from an ambulance. Of course. Phone died. What's up? Silver, back at it. Appreciate you, Silver. DK eats pounds of Skittles. Tony had one more good game had only one good game last year. Kyler would have been toast if the car even hit him. It might just go straight over him if he laid down, you know. All right, let's get to these voicemails. We got Brucey, Kenny. I think I got to this one.
Hey, Smitty, St. Brown or Judy? I currently own St. Brown. I think I can get Judy for him.
Let's ask the audience. St. Brown or Judy? I want to say St. Brown. And this isn't me hating on Judy. I like Judy a lot. But give me St. Brown, bro. I did a video. I mean, here's one clue as to why, you know, I'm going to say St. Brown.
The Moon Men, dropping loads in outer space.
So, I mean, Judy's not on the Moon Men list. Not saying he can't get on it, but St. Brown's there for a reason. So the answer is going to be St. Brown. Jim?
Hey, Smitty, I have a 12-team redraft league. It's a full PPR, no tight end premium, one quarterback. Do I keep Elijah Mitchell, Elijah Moore, Rashad Bateman, or Darnell Mooney? They would all be 10th round keepers.
Mitchell. Eli Mitchell. Keep the running back. He's a 5th-round player. I feel like you can draft the other guys back a little easier. I think that's going to be my stance. Jim?
Hey, Smitty, I have a 12
Kyle?
With all these injured running backs you don't like coming into the season, is there anything in the preseason you could see that might change your tune on any of these running backs?
Yeah. Good question. And Ron Navy says, give him a break. He just got done watching Top Gun and was feeling the need for speed. I'm thinking that when Top Gun comes out, I might shave down, maybe not to the, you know, with the razor, but like shave it down to where you can barely see it. Because my facial hair is blonde anyway, so you barely see it, you know, but it's actually really thick. I'll shave this down and just do the mustache, I think, the day that Top Gun comes out. I think we all need to show up to the show on that day, said day, when it comes out on iTunes, and you can purchase the digital copy of Top Gun. Because I haven't seen it yet. I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna wear a Top Gun stash on the way into the show that day. I think it's the least that I could do, and the least that I owe Tom Cruise. For what I'm anticipating to be one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life, based on all the reviews and based on how much I love Top Gun anyway, based on how much I love these kind of movies anyway. I don't think I could be disappointed. This feels like I'm more likely to be disappointed by Javonte Williams in 2022 than I am Top Gun. I can tell you that right now. So I'm going to walk in the day that this thing gets released, walking in with the Tom Cruise Top Gun mustache. Let's go. Russian collusion dropping the wad on screen. Ron Navy.
Mashed potatoes!
Yep. Collusion says Smitty just drafted a puppy 3 with all Moon Men, with additions of wide receivers that should be on the list. Tolbert, Dotson, your thoughts? I don't think that they're Moon Men capable, but I do like Dotson. I do like Tolbert. I also like Vasher. And the reason Tolbert is kind of not, I wouldn't say I'm not pumping him up, because I like him a lot. I've been talking Tolbert up for a long time. I think if you've seen my show for a while, you've seen me talk up Tolbert. But I think Vasher is very interesting too, so it's kind of making me pause a little bit. Dotson, I like him a lot. What I see, I like a lot, but I don't know if the quarterback there is, you know, the support's there to make him consistent all year. But I do like him. But I like the Moon Men team. So you're saying you drafted how many of these individuals?
The Moon Men, dropping loads in outer space.
And how many more other players do you have on the team? Drop the whole squad. Appreciate you, Collusion. Dropping the super chat, buddy. Thank you, Ron, for dropping the super chat. Top Gun mustache coming. Michael K. CPA. I DM'd you on IG, by the way. I'm not sure if you DM me back. Smitty, game time appetizer suggestion. That's a great question, Michael K. I'd probably say wings are the best go-to in the business, and it's bone in, not bone out. Those aren't wings. Those are chicken strips. Okay? Anybody comes in and says wings, bone in or bone out, I look at them like, what are you talking about? What kind of language is this? Bone out chicken wing? There's no such thing as chicken wings with the bone out. That's called a chicken nugget. That's called a chicken strip. Chicken wings. I mean, garlic knots aren't bad, you know. I know they're not traditional. I know that's a little bit out of left field, but, you know, kind of liking the garlic knots these days. But I don't think you can go wrong with wings, bro. Maybe some old school loaded potato skin, you know. I like those. The bacon, the sour cream, the cheese, potato skins. I'm pretty good with that. I'm pretty good with that. Yeah, I like Tolbert a lot. Should I trade the 1.5 and my 6 for the 1.8 and a 4th? That's tough because at 1.8 you got to go Swift if the wide receivers are gone, whereas you could go Jamar Chase. But I like the idea of getting that upgrade, you know, 6th rounder into the 4th. You just got to make sure you really hit a home run with it, like get a Breece Hall, get an Etienne, instead of like going with somebody you could have maybe even got in the 6th round. So I'm all for it if you think you'll for sure. Yeah, that's a tough one. Punch the thumb up button. 140 of you popping in and out, and only 79 thumbs up. Let's get that to 100. Let's pump up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers. 80 thumbs up is rookie numbers. Let's get those numbers up. Let's pump them up. I guess I'm eating chicken nuggets from Wingstop. I think you are, Freddie. If they're bone out, you're eating little chicken nuggets, bro. You're eating the nuggets, man. Kyler would have been toast. I already read that one. All right, where are we at? I think we're on Kyle. Rock out.
With all these injured running backs, you don't like coming into the season.
Oh.
Is there anything in the preseason you could see?
Yeah, what's the preseason going to tell me about the running backs? What's going to make me like some running backs more? I clearly am going to like Saquon Barkley a whole lot more if I can see him doing damage on the field. The problem is, are we going to see him? I don't think we're going to see him. It's, you know, and therefore I don't really have the evidence that I need to move him into the 2nd round. Am I okay with you drafting him in round 3? Yeah, but am I going to take Breece Hall and Etienne over Barkley every single time? The answer is yes. Do you see Barkley on the Moon Men list? No. So I'm not taking him, but I'm not against you all taking him in round 3. But until I see him prove himself, it's round 3, not round 2. Fantasy Dad's craving wings. Honestly, it was after, I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram story. But I was watching the game, and it was this scene right here. Where the Raiders coach was gnawing on a chicken wing. This is on my Instagram stories, the Fantasy Football Show, which is right on the screen there. Right above, right behind Fantasy Dad, who's in the way. Get out of the way. There you go. That's my Instagram up there. On my Instagram stories, I have this right here, which is the owner of the Raiders eating chicken wings. And so your boy Smitty said this.
What's up, everybody?
I said, can I admit something? I'm going to get wings and pizza. So I went and got wings and pizza. Literally a half hour after seeing him gnawing down that wing. I had to get it. So I understand why some of you might want to go get some wings right now after me talking about it. Yeah, Mark Davis, owner of the Raiders, was chewing on a wing, making it look disgusting, and I was like, I need a wing. I need a wing, and I need it now. So we went and got wings. Kenneth Walker making Smitty look smart. Been ripping it up in camp. I love Kenny Walker, bro. Daddy Dennis, I love Kenny Walker. I can't wait for these people. Drumstick or flat? I'm more of a flat wing guy. You know, but you got to mix it up. You can't just have, you know, all flat wings. You got to have, you know, the drumstick as well. I think you just need a good combination of them, you know, so you don't get tired of one. Where are we at? We're going to voicemail group 2, I think. Let's go to voicemail group 2. We got Kevin.
Smitty, what's up, buddy? I got a quick dynasty question for you. Would you trade Jamar Chase for T. Higgins and Chris Olave Thank you, my friend.
No. Olave, look, I like Olave, but he's not moving the needle on such a downgrade, you know. And I'm not saying I don't like T. Higgins, but that's a big downgrade. It just is. Like, you can defend Higgins all you want, but Jamar Chase is a 15 to 18 TD guy, in my opinion. He's a top 2 to 5 overall player. Yeah, you heard me, Bob, and Worried William, and Fantasy Karen in the back. I said it. I would take Jamar Chase number 2. I have done it. So, no, bro. Olave's good, but no, bro. That's almost... Look, Kevin, you've got thick skin. You're in voicemail group 2 for a reason. I identified you as an individual that could take criticism as fuel and as a learning tool to become a better fantasy football dominator. And so you can handle this right now. It might be tough, Kevin, but you're taking a lap. Another Kevin.
If Cam Akers was still on the board and you're in like a 12-team league and Cam Akers is available in the 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th round, unrealistically, what round would you unrealistically take?
It depends on who's... It depends on who's there, because even at my line, I might not take him, bro. Aiden, you were there. I heard you. I was going to answer it, but Aiden hung up. I don't think Aiden's... Aiden, have you called into a show before? Sometimes you hear talking and you just patiently wait, Aiden. You don't jump off the line immediately. Kevin.
What do you think about a Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley round 1, round 2 stack? If those guys stay healthy, that can win you a league.
I mean, it could. But that's the rub, bro. That's the rub. Christian, just like the earlier question, Christian McCaffrey. But if he stays healthy, Smitty. But if he stays healthy, he could win a league. Certainly. Certainly. If he stays healthy. If Barkley stays healthy. It's all about value. But Smitty, people around... Here's Aiden again. Let's try this a different way. Aiden, please hold for your host. He'll be with you 1 second. Don't hang up.
I got you, Smitty.
All right, what's up, Aiden? What can I help you with? You're live.
Hey, man. I want to know, how often are you going to a guy like Travis Kelce or Josh Allen in the 3rd round? Do you open up with 2 running backs, or maybe a running back and receiver, and then you go to that position? I want to know, like, how often, because you said you don't like Barkley in the 3rd round. I want to know how often you're going to guys like Kelce, Josh Allen, Mark Andrews.
I don't go Barkley in round 2. I don't like Barkley in round 3, but I'm not like opposed to you guys doing it. It feels like okay value. I just like a couple guys all the time that are always there more than Barkley. So Barkley's okay in round 3, and he could prove himself. Like, I'm admitting he could be a 2nd round guy, but I need to see it. Because I can't see it, I'm only going to buy him in round 3 if I was ever forced to. Kelce, I'm taking at the end of round 2. That's it. You know, I've had a real good track record in the fantasy industry and tight end rankings for drafting. Up until this year, I got knocked off my 1st overall spot, admittedly. But I was number 1 in the industry for 3 years. 2 of those 3 years, like the average, and 2 of those 3 years, I was actually number 1. And last year, I think I finished like 17th or something like that. Because I had a breakout or 2 that didn't pan out. But whatever, that's the nature of rankings. But point is, like, I know what I'm doing with later tight ends. So if I'm going to try and win that position, I'm not doing it in round 2. I'll do it at the turn. I'll take Kelce at 11th pick in the 2nd round, 10th pick in the 2nd round, 12th pick in the 2nd round. But I think it's a mistake to take him in round 1. That's for sure. Number 2,
yeah, definitely.
Even at the top of 2, like, everyone loves the fact that he's getting, let me put this on screen, Kelce. He's getting maybe more looks from Mahomes because Hill's gone, but he's getting bigger defensive attention. He's going to be a focal point of defenses because now he is the only elite option. I'm not saying Juju won't be okay, or, you know, I even like Clyde a little bit, but Sky Moore should develop, but none of those guys, I'm sorry, none of them are elite pass catching options. They're just not going to be. Kelsey's the only one, so defenses are going to focus on him. I don't know that it's a good thing that Tyreek Hill is not there. Mahomes threw so much. He got it as much. It was like a cup of water. It was full to the top. Just because you now have this other water to distribute everywhere in another cup because Tyreek Hill left a full cup on the table, you can't pour it into Kelsey's glass. Like everybody's acting like it's a good thing. I don't think it is. And he's getting older. So for me, it's Kyle Pitts in round 4, the end of round 4, preferably top of 5. It's maybe Andrews in the middle of 3, which will rarely happen. But I've done a mock draft where Andrews has been in the middle of 3, and I have liked it. It depends on how it flows. But for me, it's Dawson Knox in double-digit rounds. Pat Freiermuth even further. It's Schultz has been the guy all year, and now people are pumping him up. We had him on our sleeper list before anybody. We're drafting him in like the 7th and 8th round with a smile, and now everybody loves him. So he's going in like 6 if you're lucky. But I love Goddard. I love Dawson Knox. I love Freiermuth. I love, there's a handful of tight ends that I feel like have the potential to be top 5. Like I think Schultz could actually be better than Andrews this year. I'm not saying he for sure will. I'm not saying prepare for it, draft for it, expect it. I'm just trying to give you that, like, who could do it? And that answer is, I think Schultz could do it. I think Pitts could do it. I think Andrews isn't a lock at the 3 spot. Or 2 spot. Kittle is a value. I'd say Kittle's probably my favorite tight end grab right now as of late because he's going Kittle at the top of 5, bro. The top of 5, that's low risk. What if he blocks? I don't care if he blocks. Like that's a conversation you have when he's going in the 3rd round. He's going in the 5th round. That's packaged in. So give me Kittle, give me Dawson Knox, give me Freiermuth, give me Goddard. Give me all those guys and let me stockpile at other positions in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd rounds.
Okay, so you wouldn't go tight end in the 3rd round typically. What about Josh Allen?
I'd go Josh Allen in round 3, but I like Burrow more in round 6. Gotcha. You're winning leagues from that. That's a ridiculous. In Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. Get on over there, promo code Smitty, link in the description. Or go to Underdog Fantasy and use promo code Smitty. Get up to $100 matched on your first deposit. Bro, I mean, where's my screen? I think, what was the question?
Oh, we were talking about drafting Josh Allen in the 3rd.
Yeah, okay. Burrow in 6, 7. I mean, Burrow and Underdog's going in the 7th round. That's what I was going to say. That's crazy. Yeah. That's way better than Josh Allen in 3.
Like better,
So it's not that I don't love Josh Allen, but what drives me to draft Josh Allen is if I don't like any of my options. If I'm sitting there and it's like 3.5 and I'm looking at Connor and you could say, oh, but I like Connor. I don't like Connor at 3.5. Like, that's me. You're looking at Deontay. I don't like Deontay at 3.5. Sorry. Pittman. I don't like Pittman at 3.5. Sorry. And I'm sitting there looking at this kid Josh Allen at 3.5 and there's nothing else I like, then it makes sense to draft him. But only then, because guess what? I like Breece Hall more than I like Josh Allen at 3.5 because I know that Burrow's waiting for me at the very worst case scenario. I take him a little early at the bottom of 5, but I think Joe Burrow in round 6 is just a smash, bro. There are 2 players, maybe 3 with Kenneth Walker. There are 2 players that have the most upside to win your league in 2022, and that is Breece Hall in round 4, if you get him in 4, and he still could win a league in 3, and Joe Burrow in 6 or 7. Those 2 are the best picks in fantasy football, by far. That's why they're on the Mars Moon list, or the Mars Men list. That's why they're there. They're the 2 of the best picks in fantasy football.
I love it. You got time for one more question?
Sure.
Awesome. So I watched your mock draft the other day. I believe you took Jamar Chase over Najee Harris. And you took him over Cooper Kupp and JJ, I think. I might have got one of those wrong. What's the absolute earliest that you're drafting a guy like that? And is there a situation where you feel more comfortable taking Najee? I'm kind of torn between the 2.
I mean, bro, I mock draft, and what good is it to mock the same guy over and over and over? So I'll take CMC at 5 sometimes in a mock just to mix it up, to make sure I'm not ruining ADP value by drafting Jamar Chase at 2, whatever. And I like to try out different things. That's how I came across loving the 12 pick. If I just picked at the 1 pick all the time, I wouldn't know that. So 12 pick sucks usually. And so I'm like, let's draft from the 12. I hate the 12. Let me draft from the 12. Holy crap, the 12 is amazing. Holy crap, 12 is the best pick in fantasy football 2022. Sound the alarm. 12 pick.
To the moon.
12 pick to the moon. Love the 12 pick. So you got to try stuff out to know if, maybe you were wrong about your assessment, your quick knee-jerk reaction. So I've drafted guys all over the place, but to answer your question, Jamar Chase pick 2 overall, he's arguably my second overall player ranked because I do believe he'll have 100 catches, 1,400 plus yards, and 15 to 18 touchdowns in 2022. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Could he get hurt? Sure. Could he bust? Could he have a slump? Sure. But he dominated as a rookie. Dominated. So if he can dominate being inconsistent, and people claim he's inconsistent, and there's too many mouths to feed, as if Joe Burrow is not going to get better. Joe Burrow is going to get better. Like, why are people acting like Joe Burrow isn't going to get better? Everybody talks about timeshare and volume and amount of work that Jamar Chase is going to get. You got T. Higgins. How is he going to get it to both of them? He was inconsistent. Jamar was a rookie and dominated. Being inconsistent's a good sign to us because if he can dominate being inconsistent, imagine what he'll do once he's fully in a place where he's totally consistent. And if Joe Burrow's getting better, there's no volume concern. I love Jamar. Jamar is a dog, a 15 to 18 TD potential dog. And I like JJ. He's a dog too. Earmuffs, Ron, but Kirk Cousins is no Joe Burrow. Okay, the Vikings offense won't be as potent in my opinion. Maybe they somehow are very effective overall to be similar in terms of offensive numbers or something because you got Cook and you got a running game. I get that. But from a pure wondering if my wide receiver is going to get the work he needs, I'm trusting Joseph Burrow over Kirk Cousins. Cooper Kupp's in a great spot. I'm not saying I don't like him number 2 overall in a PPR format. And we're talking PPR here. Your grandma plays non-PPR. PPR, it's JT, and then you can argue the top 3 wide receivers in any order. And I love when people say, how could you like Jamar over Cooper Kupp? How can you like Cooper Kupp over Jamar? I can ask the same question back. Everybody can ask the same question. The person that loves JJ could be like, how could you not like JJ number 1? They're 3 monsters. I love all 3 of them. I want to own all 3 of them. I would take all 3 of them at number 2 overall. I like Najee, but Najee's ADP's falling past number 5 overall, kind of like clockwork now. So if you want Najee, you don't have to pay top 5 value right now. You can probably trade down.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that sums it up perfectly. I think Jamar, for one, is probably the better receiver, and he's in the better situation. I like Kupp too. Do you see any of that changing? Do you see him kind of regressing?
No, because he looks really good right now. Like if I didn't see him looking smooth, and you know what I'm saying? I feel like, could he be a Triple Crown winner again? Probably not, but all right, buddy. All right. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Great stuff.
Yeah, call in anytime. All right, dial into the show.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Call into the show. Dial 602 NFL. Dong.
Kyle.
I was on one of those NFL ranking things online, and they had Joe Burrow at the number 9 QB. How is that even possible? Explain that.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm loving Joe Burrow being ranked at 7, 8 for quarterbacks is phenomenal. It's great. I love it. Absolutely amazing. Ron Navy with another super chat doing his deed today.
To the moon.
Ron, beast of a man. Ron says, you mean Burrow is no Cousins, not the other way around. Burrow has 1 year. He is still wet behind the ears. That's fact. Sorry, says Ron. Ron defending his man Cousins. I feel like the song that plays when Ron talks about Cousins is that one song that was on Karate Kid, "Fight for Your Honor." Ron will fight for your honor. We need somebody to come in and perform that. Asher, rock out. Rock out. Can we get a little bar on Ron will fight for Cousins' honor? You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Mike Murray.
Who?
Mike.
Mike?
Yeah.
What's
Mike
up?
M.
What's up, Mike?
Is there any concern whatsoever about that Albright report about Javonte? I know you're all in on him. Probably doesn't move your needle at all. I missed the beginning of the show. You might have hit on that already, but everybody was talking about it on Twitter yesterday.
What specifically were you worried about?
The reports have been different, but his said that it was a 54%. Like he had some 54% to 46. He's projecting that they're going to dead even, pretty much split the workload. But the reports have been all over the place in Broncos.
Well, I mean, the most recent report by DenverFans.com, Cecil Lammy, who's been doing this as long as I have. So I like Cecil Lammy a lot. Him and I are old dinosaurs in this industry. This is the most recent report. DenverFan.com, Cecil Lammy reports that Javonte Williams has worked as the Broncos lead back for 6 of the 7 days in training camp. Lammy entered camp expecting Williams to be an 80-20 split after watching the week of training camp. The split could be more like 70-30, although Williams is the lead back in 6 of the 7 days. So I don't know, bro. I don't know what other people are trying to report, but I trust Lammy a lot more than I trust other people, and I love the doubt. Bring the doubt. Keep spreading rumors about that for me. Do that for me. I appreciate it.
Yes, it seems like Javonte is a very hot topic on fantasy Twitter. This really divides people very, very, very heavily.
I love it, bro.
I mean, he's going to crush this year. Thank you, Smitty. Love the show.
Yeah, the show loves you back. Appreciate you.
Thank you, buddy.
Later. It's just crazy. Like, I mean, this report right here from my boy Cecil, who I trust. Him and I have been doing this over 20 years. Him and I, only Matthew Berry I can think of has done it longer than us. Cecil Lammy reporting that Javonte Williams has worked as the Broncos lead back for 6 of the 7 days in training camp, and he expects an 80-20 or 70-30 split. What more do people need to have? But yet these other reports come out talking about 50%, whatever. Javonte Williams is JT. Okay, if you don't believe that, then you don't see Javonte the same way I do. And that's the end of story. You could come in here and go, but Melvin Gordon, Smitty, but Melvin, I don't care. It's boring. I'm done with this conversation. It's irrelevant. It's boring. It's not even fun to talk about. It's the worst form of conversation. But Smitty, Melvin last year, if you don't think Javonte is JT and you don't see Melvin Gordon as Nyheim Hines, you and I don't see eye to eye on the topic of Javonte. And that's all there is. There's nothing else to discuss between us. Einhorn's Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Nyheim Hines is Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon is Nyheim Hines. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. And the Bruce is on the phone.
Hello.
The Bruce is on the phone. Let's go.
Hello.
Bruce.
Yeah, shit.
The Bruce?
Hello.
Hello. Are we whispering to each other? What's the Bruce doing? Stop it, Smitty. JFT is the metahuman. No, Swaggy, I'm not going to stop it. It's my show, and Javonte is the next JT. Deal with it, Swaggy. Okay, the Bruce, we could hear you loud and clear when you were whispering sweet nothings in my ear, and then you hung up on me.
Oh, I couldn't hear you.
I could hear you. We could hear you good.
Yeah.
All right, what can we do for you,
I
Bruce?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think it's time that people stop comparing their ACL tears to Adrian Peterson?
Yes.
Because Adrian Peterson's just a freak of nature.
Yes.
It's all like.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like everybody sees AP, or they see another player coming back from a different injury, or they see a wide receiver coming back from an ACL. Like Cooper Kupp came back strong from an ACL, but that's different than a running back. Running backs don't come back from ACL tears very quickly. It takes them a full year of playing on the injury, before they get fully back, and get back to form. So just rule of thumb, stay away from a running back ACL return the first year. Not to mention, even if they come back and they don't have any setbacks with the ACL, bro, they oftentimes have a hamstring injury or another soft tissue injury because of the overcompensation. I know from experience. Not only am I the best non-fantasy doctor out there, because I've done this for 20 years, the Bruce, but I've suffered all these knee injuries. And I can tell you from experience, when you tear your ACL, okay? When you tear your ACL and you're cutting, you don't trust your knee for a while. Okay, you don't trust your knee. An NFL running back will tell you this. Every player that's torn their ACL will tell you that a year later they finally trust it. It finally feels like it's back to potentially normal. But when you cut, you're compensating. You're cutting and you're compensating. You're not putting as much torque on it, as much pressure. When you compensate, you often trigger other injuries like hamstring injuries because you're working your hamstring differently than you normally do to take the brute force of the cut on your knee. So think about it like that. You're going to plant really hard, and instead of putting all the trust in your knee and exploding that way, you're kind of holding a lot of that energy and force back and tightening up your hamstring. You're trying to lessen the load onto the hammy, and then you tear a hammy or you pull a hammy. That's why a lot of players that come back from an ACL tear suffer a hamstring injury and have a kind of a wrecked year. Look at Dalvin Cook. Tore his ACL, came back, had a very, very disappointing comeback year off the ACL, and it was the next year that Dalvin Cook did the top 5 running back on the video. Top 5 running back. That was the year after the ACL tear. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Swaggy's in here saying it's blasphemous to say that Javonte's the next JT. Here, let me make it loud and clear for you, Swaggy. He's the next JT. JT is Javonte. Javonte is JT. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
All right, the Bruce. What else you got?
And I have one more. With Godwin coming back, and I'm staying away from clear. I'd rather draft Julio. Do you think they signed Julio so he could do all the practice reps?
I think they don't know what they're going to get out of Julio. They're hopeful they'll get some good game work out of him. I'm sure they want him in there for the practices. It's kind of like what can Julio do? Let's see. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, there's no, they don't have an expectation. They just kind of wait and see. Appreciate you, Brucey. Call back if you have another question, bro.
I got one more.
Okay.
All right. If you're on the board, and I did a couple mocks and this happened where Lazard went the same time as Thielen. Which one are we taking, Lazard or Thielen?
God, that's a good one. Cheryl, I got your super chat. Ron, I got your super chat. Let me go over those right next. I appreciate waiting. Cheryl, you're still here, I hope. I might go Lazard. I don't know. I might go Lazard. I like Adam Thielen, but for some reason I don't trust him right now. I don't know. I wonder if he's going to decline, and I think Lazard's safe. I don't know. It's close though, bro.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, what does the chat think? Answer that question for Brucey. You like Thielen or Lazard? All right, Bruce, appreciate you. Call back if you got another one. All right, bye.
Okay, thank you.
This one's from Cheryl. Hopefully Cheryl's still here. Question is, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated to both of you.
Thanks for the super chat. Giddy up.
Cheryl says, hey, Smitty, round 1 question. Pick number 7, and both Najee and JJ are on the board. Who do you draft? Drafted already, JT, Eckler, Henry, CMC, Cup, and Chase. If you think you can get Javonte in round 2, go JJ. Especially if it's PPR. If it's non-PPR or half PPR, I'd probably lean Najee. But I think if you can get Javonte from that pick in the second round or Swift, I would maybe go that route, because JJ, it's gonna be hard to get that kind of impact player. Like Najee's not the number 1, right? He could be the number 2 or number 3, but he's more like a 4 or 5 at his position. JJ could be the 1. So you're still drafting maybe the best player at that position, and I love it. And Javonte could be the number 1 or number 2, despite what Swaggy thinks in here. He is, Swaggy's right. JT is JT. Javonte's 1 of 1. There's no one like Javonte could be the number 1 running back. Javonte could be better than JT. Not equal to JT. Javonte could be better than JT in 2022. Okay?
Smitty is approaching dangerous.
I don't like it when people come in here,
threshold and
even
stable.
Swaggy, who I like, and come.
Alert. Maximum levels reached. Prepare for transformation. Alert.
Time for a Smitty rant.
Yeah. We heard it. Hey, Smitty, you can't call Patrick Mahomes the next Peyton Manning. You can't do it. And then I did it. Yes, I did. I did it. I said it. It happened. You can't call Josh Allen the next Patrick Mahomes. He's a gadget quarterback. He runs the football, Smitty. He's got no accuracy. I said it. I'm going to continue to say it. I said it over and over. Josh Allen. Okay? It's uncomfortable to some people when you call somebody the next whatever. It's uncomfortable. Not everybody's accepting of it. I understand. When I tell you that Javonte Williams is the next JT, maybe I should step back. Maybe I should say that Javonte Williams is the next Javonte Williams. He is 1 of 1. JT's 1 of 1. Javonte's 1 of 1. Javonte can be better than Jonathan Taylor in 2022. Javonte Williams can be the number 1 running back in 2022. And what are people going to say when he does it? Oh, yeah. I mean, it happens. It happens. So what happens the next year? I get another casual that comes in, another worried William, and says, Smitty, you can't say that. You can't call this guy the next Javonte Williams. How much you want to bet I'm going to be arguing this 1.5 years from today, where somebody comes into my live stream and tells me I can't call player Y the next Javonte Williams? Do you know how bad that's going to bother me? I'm going to be hitting the rant button. Who says I can't call somebody the next Javonte? I called Javonte. Javonte Williams is the next JT or better. And you're going to be back next time, Swaggy, or whoever wants to doubt it, and you're going to say the same thing to me. You can't call player Y or player X the next Javonte. Javonte's 1 of 1. No crap, Javonte's the next 1 of 1. That's what I've been telling you. You know it because I've been saying it. Javonte Williams could finish as the running back 1, the number 1 overall scorer in fantasy football. And if you need facts to back that up, no, we don't need to go to PFF. I got so many DMs from people saying you can't just predict it because of PFF graphics, Smitty. I brought that up the other day because I was trying to give support to my argument that I've been beating into the ground over and over. The argument that Javonte's proven that he's the number 1 running back in the NFL per usage. He was the number 1 running back in broken tackles, number of tackles, not percentage. He was number 1 in percentage of force missed as well. He was number 1 in actual broken tackles, 31, I believe, over Najee Harris, over JT, over every other running back in the NFL, getting half the carries. My boy C. Salami's already saying out of Denver that it's looking like an 80-20 to 70-30 split. This man is a red zone monster, a yard per carry machine. This guy is a tackle breaking monster, a force missed tackle monster. Every metric you can look at, he will be in the running for 1 to 4, 1 to 5. 20-yard runs, Javonte. 40-yard runs, Javonte. In 2022, yardage, Javonte. Yards per carry, Javonte. 100-yard games, Javonte. red zone attempts, maybe even Javonte. Javonte Williams could have 1,800 total yards on a bad season if he's used properly, which I predict will be the case. Javonte Williams on a bad season will score 12 total touchdowns, pull in 60, 65 receptions, maybe 70 on a bad season. Javonte Williams on a good season could have 2,000 total yards. Think what you want about Javonte. Start worrying about comparing somebody to the next player, and you're going to miss the boat. You're going to miss the train. You're not going to be able to get on later. Javonte Williams could finish as the number 1 overall fantasy football scorer and number 1 running back in fantasy football 2022. And you're getting him in round 2 as your second drafted player. He's a steal at 2.1. He's an obviously bigger steal at 2.10, 2.8. The further you get him, the more the ball is sailing out of the park. When you hit the home run out of the park, of course getting him at 2.5 is better than 2.1. But I'm telling you right now, don't hesitate. No stutter stepping, no stopping, no asking questions, no getting permission. If you're going to see Javonte Williams as a second drafted player, any point during any of your drafts in 2022, smash. He is the best second drafted player, second round pick you can come across in 2022. And in auction, he's the only player you should be targeting in your mind walking into a draft, because he's going to be cheaper than the guys going above him in round 1 equivalent value. He's going at round 2 equivalent value. That's going to win you a league. That's going to afford you more money to spend on other positions. Javonte Williams' season is here, and it's going to be a sad, sad season for all you doubters, haters that are putting your negativity and screenshots on screen for us to evaluate later. Sorry, Cheryl. Sorry, Ron. Ron says, and Cousins is a maverick, no respect. Shaking my head. He's still in the Cousins thing. Poor guy. And Linda King, I don't know where Linda's coming in at. Linda, you got your information wrong, unfortunately, because your boy Smitty said that Sermon and Mitchell would win leagues, and I said it over and over and over again, and the only thing you're clinging on to is the Sermon part. So I appreciate you highlighting the fact that I called probably one of the biggest league winners in fantasy football 2022 in my Sermon and Mitchell handcuff prediction. Thank you very much. Laughing emojis denied. Unreal. Everybody looked good against the Ravens. Swaggy, you're still doubling down on this anti-Javonte Williams stuff? Come on, bro. And Cricket's heard about Sermon right now. Rewind 25 seconds ago. See that footage I just dropped. I go half and half in round 2 through 2.5 Javonte. I go Javonte whenever he's sitting there. And to answer Cheryl's question again, Cheryl, you get JJ and Javonte coming out of your draft, you have potentially 2 top 5 players. Not at their positions, you have potentially 2 top 5 players overall. Because JJ could be top 5 overall. Javonte could be number 1 overall. But feels very safe as a 6 to 10 overall player, which is where you're going to be taking him, so the risk is all baked in. Javonte would be a steal. I'd even try and wiggle your way up the second round a little bit by maybe trading like a, I don't know if you can give like a 7th rounder or something to make a move to jump up. If that's possible, I do that any chance I can just to secure and make sure I get Javonte. But if Javonte's there, it's going to be unbelievable. It's not I'm speaking facts. Javonte is not. You're not speaking facts, Swaggy, because it hasn't happened yet. How could you be speaking facts? Do you have the Gray's Book Sports Almanac from Back to the Future? Do you have a flux capacitor in your vehicle, Swaggy? Do you go back to 1988? And does your car travel as fast as Hollywood Brown's 126 miles per hour so you can hit the 88 mark? Do you have a flux capacitor in your vehicle? How are you speaking facts that Javonte Williams is not Jonathan Taylor? Where are these facts coming from, Swaggy? Take a lap, Swaggy. Take a lap. Take a big, hardcore lap. And don't say you're not anti-Javonte. And please, everybody, stop saying, I like Javonte too. I like Javonte too. But, no, you don't like Javonte. If there's a but in your sentence, but there's no, you like Javonte too. Don't put yourself in the same boat by putting a casting doubt on this situation. Don't put yourself in the Javonte boat. You don't like Javonte. Plain and simple, if you are arguing that Javonte's going to run into X or Y roadblocks, you don't like Javonte. So stop saying you like Javonte. You don't get to say I like Javonte when you're doubting him. This is like people saying I like Trey Lance too, but he's going to have a tough time. No, you don't like Trey Lance. You don't like Trey Lance. You either like Trey Lance or you don't like Trey Lance. Stop it. My destiny has brought me to you, Smitty. Thank you, Scott. Scott and I were destined to be together. Okay? That's what Scott's saying. This is where Scott belongs. Scott completes me. But Smitty, says Matt. But Smitty. I love this. I love Lance, but I love Javonte, but I'm not against Javonte, but let me hedge my bet by saying I like Javonte kind of, but Smitty, is Javonte your cousins or what? Probably, bro. I know this seems hard for Ron to accept, but I probably like Javonte more than Ron likes Cousins. Just a little bit. Super chat from Ron Navy was, that's all good until Javonte gets breeced. I love Breece. Look at this. Look at these Mars men.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars men.
I don't know about you, but I see the 3 best draft selections in 2022 fantasy
Loads
football.
Dropping and
these are your
aimlessly
league
in space.
Cheryl, these are your league winners right here. Cheryl, if you come out of your draft with Justin Jefferson in round 1, Javonte Williams in round 2, Breece Hall in round 3 or 4, preferably 4. Etienne in round 3 or 4. Joe Burrow in round 6. Cheryl, I want you to walk straight to the digital bank and ask for an advance. And show them your roster. Show them your roster and say, hey, Smitty told me to come here and show you my roster. I would like an advance. And the bank's going to take one good look at your roster and go, oh, God, give her anything she wants. Cheryl wants an advance on that parlay and the 3 league entry fees. Please get that cart of money and stroll it up to the front here. Thank you, Steven. You could go anywhere you want. League Safe would write you a check right now if you show them that lineup. You get the Mars
He's
men.
on a shuttle to Mars.
Joseph
Mars
Burrow
men.
round 6, Javonte round 2, JJ round 1 or Jamar Chase.
Loads dropping and spinning aimlessly in space.
Breece Hall. I mean, you just walk straight. You contact League Safe and you tell them I want my advance, and they're gonna literally say, where do you want me to send it? Where were we? We got a couple of super chats. Ron says, Cousins Maverick. I got that one. Cheryl, appreciate your super chat. Ron says, you mean Burrow, not Cousins. I got that one. I'm looking for yours, Terry. Hold on, buddy boy. Ron sent another one. Would you rather have a healthy CMC for 12 games or anybody else for 17 games? I don't know about anybody else, but that's why I'd rather have, like, if you told me that CMC's playing 12 games, I'd rather just have Breece Hall. But, like, how are you going to determine the values and all that? I'm looking for your super chat. Terry, hold on a second, buddy. Terry, can you repost it? I can't find it. You don't have to re-super chat, but can you repost your question? Because I don't see it anywhere. It's like not showing up on my system. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. Terry sending super chats while on patrol, which is really awesome of Terry, by the way. Cheryl said that's funny. Thank you, Cheryl. Appreciate you. Cheryl, longtime content follower and YouTube viewer. So, Cheryl to the moon.
To the moon.
100 likes. We made it to the 100 like club on this video. 120 of you still watching. 100 likes. Thank you very much. My bank doesn't work like that. I need an Arizona bank. Yeah, I mean, maybe not everybody's bank will work that way, but I'm pretty sure you show them your lineup, and if the manager is playing fantasy football, he'd be like, get this guy whatever he needs. This is one of the best IOUs I've ever seen in my life. You know, in Dumb and Dumber, when he shows the IOU, this is a good one right here. This is for a $100K car, Lamborghini. You know, that IOU, it's similar. You open up a briefcase of IOUs. In there, you have your roster, a screenshot of your roster, where you got JJ and Javonte, Breece Hall, and Joe Burrow. It feels like a cakewalk. It feels like taking candy from 11 other babies in your league, is what that feels like. I don't got a question. It's way up there. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate your super chat, buddy boy. And if I missed another one up there, I apologize. If you do have a question, let me know. But Terry to the moon, please.
To the moon.
He's scary. Terry's on patrol. Terry's on patrol.
Appreciate you, Terry. Would you rather have Najee or Javonte to pair up with Swift? I'd rather have Jamar Chase and Swift. There's not a much better start than that. Not a much better start. Chase and Swift would be phenomenal. Home run, hit it out of the park. Show me a team that started better than that. Dumb and Dumber classic. Love Dumb and Dumber. Appreciate you. JJ break records. JJ, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp. How do you argue against any one of these three guys? They're so phenomenal. All three of them are monsters. You know, I love all three of them. You imagine what it would be like to build a team like this? Let's just see what we do in an auction. What if we did this in an auction draft on ESPN and we just tried it? What if we got JJ, Kupp, and Chase? And that's probably going to be like 120. That'd probably be like 170 to 180 bucks. I wonder if it's even possible. Do they make you carry more than $22 of extra money for $1 bids? I'm not sure. But I wonder if it's even possible with dollar guys or $2 guys, or even if you spent like $20 on one running back, or let's see, I don't know how many dollars you'd have to save. But imagine if you had like, you know, I don't know how much Pollard would go for, but imagine if you had like Pollard and you had like Algier, and you had, let's say you got a quarterback, you could probably get, I mean, I don't know. I think you could still get for like $2. You could probably still get like a Stafford type quarterback. You know, I wonder if you could still create that team. Like, it would be interesting just to try it and see what you could do with the four-headed, you know, monster essentially here and try and land these picks. It would be fun and interesting to do. That's all I'm saying. But in the case of, I'm not saying it's a good approach. I'm just saying I wonder. It makes me wonder. I sit here at night and try and think up stuff like this. I don't know why. It's the way my brain works. But I don't know if you guys remember the two-headed monster. The two-headed monster approach. The two-headed monster was JT and Javonte. And this was before the Javonte tanking an ADP value. Now you can get this almost naturally without any sort of trades. This is the two-headed monster. Maybe you trade up a little bit. So let's say you're handed the number 1 overall pick and you've got obviously this 2.12, right? Can you trade this one up slightly, give up this pick to get this pick, take Javonte here, take JT here, and what does this cost you? What does this move up cost you? Maybe this move up from 12 to like 2.2 or whatever to get Javonte secured, maybe it costs you like a 6th round or something. Maybe someone does it for just the 2nd round move up. Maybe they do it for a free 8th round pick or a free 7th round pick, or if you have to, a 6th round pick. Can you imagine starting out your draft going Javonte and JT, and then you still got your normal 3rd round and 4th round and 5th round picks? So in round 3, maybe you get a, let's say you go Breece Hall in round 3. Let's say you go DK here. Let's say you go St. Brown here. And let's say you go with a Jalen Hurts later. Like, who doesn't think that team could take you to the promised land? Please raise your hand and forever hold your peace. Somebody tell me that team can't win you a championship, and that team What it cost you was getting the number 1 overall pick, trading your 2.12 to move up to 2.1. So you trade that pick up to 2.1, draft those 2 RBs right there. Tell me that isn't an amazing team that wins you a league. Tell me. I'd like to know if anybody doesn't like that squad. It's okay if you don't. I'm just curious if anybody doesn't like that squad. Cody with the monster super chat $9.99 holler.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy. Appreciate you, buddy boy. Cody says, give me your best advice for auction draft. Do you go with players that you like or go broke on pure value? I always end up broke and get bullied the rest of the draft. Here's the secret to the draft, bro. I'm going to give you the best advice you can have for auction, okay? This is the best advice. Topic at hand is auction draft. If you're going into an auction draft, buddy boy, number 1 rule of thumb, listen to what I'm saying here. This is the most important part, Cody, okay? You always want to leave the players that you want off the board as long as possible. I know you get impatient and you get an itchy finger and you want to just get it over with and own them. That's how you get owned. You want Javonte? Don't speak Javonte's name. Javonte who? Don't let anybody call his name out. Somebody's about to call Javonte, throw a open soda bottle at him or something. Make him distracted and change their thinking. Don't let Javonte get called out. That is the key. He will go for lower the longer you wait. That's number 1. So you're calling out guys you don't want. You don't want Christian McCaffrey, call him out. Every time you're on the clock to bid a player, call out somebody that's going to cost the most amount of money. Once people own 2 or 3 guys and they have $100 left or $80 left, they're not going to make a bid, like a bank bid on Javonte. Number 2, go after players like this in your draft, okay? In an auction draft, you'll want to not target CMC. You're not going to target JT. You're not going to target, probably not going to target JJ. Probably not going to target Cup. I kind of like Jamar a little bit because Jamar Chase is falling a little bit in people's eyes. So I'm going to say question mark depending on the value. So get in the bidding and see where it goes. The wide receivers you're going to go after, DK, McLaurin, all guys that have wide receiver 1 capability, St. Brown later, but not for high dollars. These are guys you wait on once everybody's spent a boatload of money, the wide receivers that you're going to potentially attack. Waddle is another one. These are all very, very good wide receivers that have potentially medium wide receiver 1 potential. Okay? So these are wide receivers. The running backs you're going to go after, Breece Hall, Javonte, Etienne. These are the 3 main guys that I'm going after. Kenneth Walker later. Don't call him out until much later. And the reason being is this guy, like I've been saying for the whole freaking show, has as much potential as JT, but you're going to get him at a much lower cost. Hall has as much potential as CMC or any of these guys. I don't care what anybody thinks. That's how I think. That's what I think. That's how Dad did it. That's how I'm doing it. Hall, to the moon. Etienne, to the moon. All these guys have the potential and they cost a whole lot less. Now, if you land 2 of these guys and it gives you more money, maybe that opens up the idea of bidding a lot on JJ, and then you're on board a JJ bid, or you're on board Jamar Chase bid. I think these are kind of key for you, and I would probably spend quite a bit of money to get them if somebody does call them out kind of early, but it does depend. Make sure you're going down from the baseline of what is CMC and JT's cost. So if they come out at like $65, make sure Javonte, you don't pass on them for $50, but don't pay $61 for him necessarily. You'll want to go after Breece Hall and Etienne at that point if Javonte is going that high. But the later Javonte gets called out, the better, and that's going to help you with your auction draft. This was at, let's see here. This was at this is about 2 hours in. I'm going to cut this and make a video out of it because I think we need some more auction content, and this is like in the middle of a 2-hour show, so it's going to be hard to find it. Let's see here. Spend $65 on Melvin Gordon. Yeah. You can tell how confident someone is by how willing they are to call another man daddy, says Daddy Dennis. Okay. Cody, choose 3 players you absolutely want to leave the draft with. Yeah, but you want to be careful not to just pot commit to those no matter what the costs are. But yeah, I mean, in general, Cody, you're better off not getting bullied. Like, let me put it this way. Cody, here's the rule number 1 for you. Don't overspend out of the gate. Don't call your players out. Number 2, don't call your players out that you want. But also, make sure you have a list of players and draw a line. Use a piece of paper. Don't use a sheet you're not going to look at. Use a piece of paper. Make sure you tear it off a little bit. Make sure you don't get outbid on the tier group of running backs you identify with Breece Hall, Etienne, Javonte, and Walker. You know, don't overspend on Walker, but don't get left like letting those guys slip, and then you get below those guys, and who you going to have? You know, so you do have to overspend a little bit if you end up getting screwed. Also, tip number 10, whatever, is don't bid on any guys you want until the very end of the bidding. Because when you watch a player, like let's say Jamar Chase goes on the board, you know, and it goes, you just see it going, and everybody gets excited by that, bro. It drives more bidding. Like, oh, everybody wants him. I better get in on this, or he's going to cost a lot. Like, sit it out. Wait until it gets down to like 4 seconds, and then let somebody bid, and then it goes back up to 10 seconds, and then it goes down to 4. And once you feel like it might go down to 2 or 3, then maybe start getting in the bids then. But don't be involved in the early part of driving up the excitement about the player. That's another thing that can kind of tone down the player. Because what happens when nobody's like hitting it back and forth, boom, 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 it kind of makes you think, okay, he's going to go here. And if you're not in the bid and then somebody goes for a low dollar amount, you're like, son of a bee, how did he go for that amount? Why didn't anybody try and outbid him? Because there wasn't a lot of excitement driving people into bidding. So definitely take some calm approach into that. You know what I'm saying? I hate not having money near the end of the draft. That's when you find your target gems. Definitely agree with you, but you also don't want to be stuck with a boatload of money and no good players left. Like you're literally going, okay, Connor, I got to get Connor. And I'm not saying Connor's not good, but like as your running back 1, because you literally kept letting players go. Also, don't be afraid to take a detour and bid on JT. You know, like don't let JT go for $54. You better go in and try and get him for $55. Try and actively bid on every player you'd be happy landing. Just because they're not on my list, that's rule number 0. That comes before anything else I've told you. Make sure you bid on every single player to a certain point that you are really, really okay getting. Like JT, I'm not saying target him, but definitely don't let him go for $52. You know what I'm saying? Rock out, DM me.
Be fighting for Cousins' honor. Kevin O'Connor, straight out commander. He be coming with the offense and the game plan. This is how we go now. This is how we get it there. Going like a Rojo, having like a Moso, having like we get it back. JJ in the TD, going like a crazy day. Can't even see us. This is how we going. They don't even believe us.
Unbelievable. I like acapella better than anything with music, just to let you know, and it's easier on you. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna say from now on, do it just like that. That was straight fire. That was straight fire. That was for Ron Navy.
Ron, be fighting for Cousins' honor. Kevin O'Connor, straight out commander. He be coming with the offense and the game plan. This is how we go now. This is how we get it there. Going like a Rojo, having like a Moso, having like we get it back. JJ in the TD, going like a crazy day. Can't even see us. This is how we going. They don't even believe us.
Unbelievable, rock out. Let's just can we relish in that for a second?
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
I mean, really. Yeah, buddy. I mean, really. This guy's going to be plucked from our audience, from the subscriber pool, and be signed by a record deal if we aren't careful. If too much of this, clip or two come out, he's gone. Rock out's gone. Then we're down a mod. Appreciate you all. It is 6 o'clock my time. That's 9 o'clock Eastern. Live every Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And also live whenever news breaks because that's how your boy Smitty rolls. Appreciate everyone being here. I'll be live anytime this weekend news breaks. I'll be live Monday morning if news breaks in my bathrobe. And I will go live even if it's Deontay Johnson. Sorry I didn't go live during that one. I was going to do my live stream shortly after, so I put it off. Won't happen again. Whether I'm in my bathrobe, whether I'm eating a sticky bun, or whatever, a donut. I'm supposed to be doing push-ups and watching the LBs anyway, so maybe I should lay off that. Appreciate everybody. Get on over to thefantasyfootballshow.com for your year-round content, your one-on-one text device. Text me one-on-one, trade calculator, bold predictions, and Underdog Fantasy. Link is below, promo code Smitty. See you all tonight.
Show extended additional 2 minutes.
Ron Navy said, not so fast. Not so fast. Ron Navy extending the show. Appreciate you. Smitty almost got to 127. We've gotten a lot higher than that before. We've been in the 200s. Actually, our Watson trade to the Browns, we were well over 1,200. I think 1,200 eyeballs. So this is a light work today, Daddy Dennis. Frank, appreciate you. Using my whole auction budget on Smitty this year. Thank you, D-Town. Appreciate you. Happy Friday to everybody. What are we eating tonight? Anybody got suggestions? I did tacos probably all week. We don't want to do tacos. I did a sandwich earlier today. Probably don't want to do a sandwich. Kind of feel like breakfast a little bit, but I don't know where we're going to find. I guess IHOP. I could go to IHOP and pick that up for the kids. Get the chocolate chip pancakes. Terry, he's scary.
Show extended additional 2 minutes.
Terry, he's scary. I got all these from Ron last time. Ron's all over the screen. Ron's imprinting on the show screen constantly. I think Ron, those might be like imprints from just being there too long where I can't remove it. Like I'll literally have Ron's $5 super chat sitting there burned into the screen. Terry Roberts, appreciate you, buddy boy. Rojo. Mojo. Cody, appreciate you. Thanks again, Smitty. 3-year follower. Love you. Appreciate you, Cody. You're the man. Cody to the moon. Ron Navy to the moon. Herbert to the moon. Terry Roberts to the moon.
He'll punch you in the throat.
The Bruce to the moon. It's okay, Bruce. Bruce, you don't have to apologize for being you. I don't want you to change for anybody. I like you just the way you are. When you call up and we can't hear you and you hang up, I like that part of your what you bring to the table, bro. IHOP or Denny's, IHOP. Plasma screen with Ron's super chat imprints.
Show extended additional.
Ron extending the show yet again.
2 minutes.
Ron says, give it to me. Put it back to 4 minutes. Any advice for vengeful underdog drafter? Yeah, you know what, Ron? I heard your messages to me, and I did hear them. Sometimes I'm doing 1,000 different things, but I play them eventually, Ron. And I heard you describe in about 4 or 5 messages how upset you were at this situation. But what I can tell you, the best revenge is to draft nothing to do with this guy. Don't try and it's fun. Like what you told me was funny. I laughed hard. I agree. I want to do it too, but just draft well and smash him. That's the best revenge. He's an afterthought. He's a fly. Don't grab his players, grab your players, Ron. But that was hilarious. Ron basically told me about a draft where this dude was like sniping him left and right, so he started sniping him back. And before you know it, it's like a snipe war between the two. Low-key, Josh Jacobs, underrated running back 1. Maybe, bro, but you got to keep it in context. That was a reckless thing for the Raiders to do, is throw Josh Jacobs out with high volume, with a lot of backups on the field, just pushing him to the limit. He's definitely a player that I think they're willing to risk, running into the ground, which is good. Volume could be there, but he also was not running against a fully healthy set of ones on the defensive side of the football, and it was the Jaguars and every other running back, Abdullah, Zamir White, Josh Jacobs, they all look like number one running backs. So keep it in context. Don't let the preseason fool you too much. The preseason can be tricky. It can be sorcery in some context. Josh Jacobs did look pretty strong and quick. I'll admit that. But every single one of those Raiders running backs looked phenomenal. They all look like moon men practically on the field. That's the preseason. You know what I'm saying? That's the nature of the preseason. So don't. Zamir White looked just as good. Abdullah looked just as good as both of them. And Zamir White's probably the best running back on the roster, in my opinion. But Jacobs has a lot of upside. I'm just saying, be careful. Be careful. Godwin or Burks, I mean, I think you can make a case that the struggles Godwin will face, Burks could also face just being in a rookie role. So would I probably rather have Godwin? Yeah, mainly because I could trade him. People overvalue Godwin, so the value's with Godwin. So I'd probably say Godwin, but I'm shopping him immediately. Ron, best revenge is taking the high road. I wouldn't even say taking the high road. I would just say taking the road of domination. Let this guy snipe you and just attack him. But I loved hearing Ron's story about it because Ron was getting I've gotten all hyped up about a draft too. Like, if someone snipes me, you get a little bothered by it. It can definitely irk you. Ayuk will be on the moon soon, Smitty. I don't doubt it, Meet the Woo.
Show ends in 1
I love
minute.
Ayuk. I think Ayuk's got a big year ahead. He's a 7th round pick, so he's an absolute steal. Smitty, I've been with you since the beginning too. My wife finally convinced me to create a YouTube account to participate. D-Town, that was the best decision your wife has made because you have been an invaluable, irreplaceable part of the show in a very short period of time. I'm not saying reflect on the past, woulda, shoulda, coulda, but imagine if you had done it earlier. So your wife is smart. Go buy her some flowers, and yeah, keep doing your thing because you're a big part of the community. Your positivity is unmatched. Your presence is awesome, and we love having you here. Debo to the moon, absolutely. Debo doubters are gonna be sorry they're casting any doubt at all on this kid. Are you as high on Cooper Kupp?
Show ends in 10
3,
seconds.
since he's not focusing on the numbers. I mean, he's focusing on the Ron Navy dropping a
show extended additional 2 minutes.
Ron, look at this. Look at this is from the last screen. Ron Navy's all over it. Imprinting all over the show. Ron Navy might be the best, sneakiest advertiser on the history of the planet. There's probably a Ron Navy product that he's promoting here. Look at this man. Look at this advertising. Friday night special extension. Ron Navy. I would hit the. Let's give him a standing ovation anyway. Ron Navy. Appreciate you. What was the last question? I'm sidetracked. Smitty, I've been with you since the beginning. D-Town. Thank you, D-Town. I think the Raiders are low on Jacobs. He could be replaced this year. I agree with that. Godwin has the better QB. I agree with that. Stormcat, I just worry about Godwin. Are you as high on Kupp? This is the question. Am I as high on Kupp when he said he's not focusing on the numbers? No, because he doesn't decide, bro. You know what I mean? Like, this has no relation to whether he delivers on the field. Like, Kupp will decide, I'm not going to focus on worrying about the Triple Crown because maybe that distracted him. That's what he's saying. That's the only thing he means by that. He's not saying anything else. Ron Navy dropping Ron, I appreciate you, man. If I don't tell you enough, I appreciate you. If I yell at you at all, it is not in any sort of negative light. If I yell at you about Kirk Cousins or something, just don't take offense to it. Ron's the man. But Kupp is just merely saying, bro, like, I'm not going to think about the numbers. I'm just going to go out and do it, He's not going to be like, don't throw me the ball, or I'm not going to score a touchdown here. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to that. Absolutely zero concern. Nothing at all remotely to worry about. Smitty to the moon. Thank you. Dropping Navy. Dropping Navy. I need help trading down from the 1.5. Smitty, can you give me some ideas? Yeah. 12 and 13. Get the back-to-back picks and give them like a 5th rounder. So like your 1st and 5th for the back-to-backs. Preferably 6, but if you got to go 5th. You can't really do 4th because, you could, but I wouldn't. I would do 2nd second and first round picks for the fifth and that pick. And if you can't do that, I guess I would do the fourth. So your fifth overall and your fourth rounder for the 12 and 13 picks. I would try to go for that. If not, I just move my second rounder up. That one little move. Okay, so you got the fifth pick, you take Jamar or Jefferson, and like I was telling Cheryl, you move your second rounder up a baby bump to get Javonte, and then boom. That's probably the more realistic of the two, and that might cost you a free 7th round pick. Do a 2 for 1. Don't do a 2 for 2. That ruins the appeal. You say, hey, Bob, I'll give you, I want to move from my whatever pick you have, the 2.6 or whatever it is. You say, I'm going to move that up to your 2.1, and I'll give you a 7th rounder. And no, I don't want to. I'll give you a free 7th rounder. Free 7th rounder? That sounds like a steal. When I do my TPS reports, more is better. And they'll do it, And if he doesn't do it, go to the 2.2 owner. If he doesn't do it, go to the 2.3 owner and try and move up just a little bit, just to make sure you can secure either Javonte or Swift. I don't think you're going to get him. You're probably going to get sniped by 1 or 2 if you let Javonte try and fall to that mid-second round pick. Smitty, you missed the quad box. Yeah, I probably did. I don't know if they're whoa. I don't know if they're doing another show again later, but they usually go live twice. They're probably just talking about some stuff, but we got business to do here first and foremost, and then on Instagram I usually jump on. We'll see if they jump on. The only reason I'm trying to trade the 5 is because Chase is falling to 8, and yeah, I mean do a little trade. Have a great night and weekend, fam. Appreciate you, Ron Navy. Ron Navy in the house. Thank you, Meet the Woo. Thank you, Desmond. Thank you, Swaggy. Thank you, Kenny. Swaggy, I do appreciate you, Swaggy. Sometimes you like to push my buttons, which is okay, because sometimes the buttons need to be pushed, Swaggy. Sometimes it's good exercise to get up and do a little rant or two. Appreciate you, New Noah. New Noah in the house. D-Town. Kyle.
Show ends in 1 minute.
Phillips could be Tannehill's favorite wide receiver, though. Says Prime. Got a couple bots in the house. What's up, bots? Are you high on Cup? I got that question. Godwin. I think I covered a lot of these. Mocks tonight may be anonymous, or it may just be a little conversation. You know what I'm saying? Denny's calling.
Show extended additional 2 minutes.
This is a Smitty, Denny. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show, Denny.
Oh my God! How'd you know it was me, Smitty?
I just know, Denny. When you called, my ears tingle.
I swear to God, I think you're the best guy in the world. And I don't think these people know that you were a baller, right? Did you play ball? Were you a QB?
No, I wasn't a QB, Denny, but I appreciate that compliment. Thank you, Terry, for the super chat. Thank you, Swaggy.
All right, here I am. I'm gonna ask you another question. We're going in tomorrow, and I got the number 2 overall. I got the number 4 overall. I'm not gonna even say the 7 because I know I hate math too. But are you really hating on Burks?
Are you talking about rookie only draft?
Right. Yeah. Dynasty. Yeah, rookie only draft.
Okay,
yeah.
You got the 2 and the 4.
Yeah, I got the 2 and the 4, and can I tell you who I traded for?
Who'd you trade for?
To get that?
Sure.
I traded my boy, the Buffalo quarterback there. What's his name again?
Josh Allen?
Yeah, I traded him. All right, listen to me with your good hair. I traded him for, I got Wentz, all right? And then I got Akers. I know you hate Akers, right? But then I got 3 first-round picks, and they were number 2, number 4, number 7. I'm trying to rebuild here. So,
Denny.
Does that make sense? Smitty. Smitty.
Denny,
what did I do wrong?
I mean, Denny, I don't know,
What did
man.
I do?
I don't hate it.
Talk to me.
Look, here's I don't like it, but I don't hate. I mean, Akers, Kenneth Walker.
Ugh, I know.
You know, like you could do okay with this. I'm not saying you can't do well with, but Josh Allen's a big piece. But I mean, it depends if you land the picks. It depends if you land the picks, because if Kenneth Walker becomes the monster, then the trade's gonna work out for you. I'm not saying that it won't, but that's tough, man. I wish you could have got the one. If it was Breece Hall, give it to me. Can you trade all three of them for the 1.1?
Yeah, I can't. These guys are brutal. They're not going to trade. I'm not going to be able to trade up, Smitty. You see you. No, I get number 2. All right. And you know who's coming up there is London. I think you like London. I got a feeling you like London, Smitty. I think you like London.
I love you, Denny. Look, Akers, Kenneth Walker.
I love you more.
Akers, Kenneth Walker, London. You'll be okay. It's not a bad move. I would try and shop Akers though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like Akers. Shop him. Kenneth Walker, I love.
I know why. Why you don't like Akers. Because not the ACL, but the hamstring.
No, the Achilles.
And the hamstring.
The Achilles.
Never came back to be top 15.
No one's ever come back from a hamstring injury ever. No, it's the Achilles, Denny. The Achilles.
Oh, the Achilles. Yeah, my bad. Not the ACL. Yeah, the Achilles. Yeah. So you sold me. You told everybody that you can't come back from an Achilles. To be top 15. But maybe this kid, who knows? You know what? I'm on your side. But what I got, I'm not big on Akers, but what I got for Josh Allen, man. All right, I got the number 2 overall. I'm gonna grab London. I'm gonna grab this big guy. See what he's got to do. You know what I mean? Ready. All right, and then I'm gonna be. All right, and then it's Walker, and then it's Burks is he's number 4. They're looking at Burks. You don't like Burks, huh?
I mean, he's okay. I liked him a lot coming in to the game, bro. But he's disappointed me a little bit so far. But we'll see. You know, the breathing issues and all the reports. But Denny, I'm gonna say that you could end up doing okay. Don't mess up and not take Kenneth Walker. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Okay, because that will salvage
my
this
number
trade
2
for you.
overall. I'll take Walker because Numbnuts just retired. Chris, I didn't mean that. I meant that in a nice. Oh yeah, Chris.
Numbnuts. You talking about Chris Carson?
I didn't mean
the spine injury.
He retired.
Show extended.
I know he did, but
yeah, that counts.
But Numbnuts, where'd Numbnuts come from?
I just when I can't think of a name, I say Numbnut. It's what my father used to say. When I my father, if I was working with him, and he says, "Yeah, give me the 3/5 wrench," and then I would be just struggling to find the right tool for my father.
Numbnuts.
He would just say, "Hey, Numbnuts. Hey, wait." So that's why.
Mallet.
No, Chris Carson.
Give me the mallet, Numbnuts.
Smitty, you play ball though. Did you play ball? Did you ever play ball?
I played high school ball all over the track. I was on the cross country team in college for a minute. But no, I didn't play college football. No, I played hardcore intramural football, broski.
Show ends in 1 minute.
Don't play me like that, Smitty. No, Smitty.
I wasn't a quarterback. You're looking at the wrong Smitty.
All right, my bad. No, but I guarantee you can throw dimes. Like if we were playing in the backyard, and I was like, I'm gonna do a 7. You know what I mean? I'll run a 7.
Show
like you tell me, run a 7, and then tell someone else to run an opposite 7.
You know what I would
I'm
say?
gonna run that 7.
You know what I'd say to you, Danny?
What, Smitty?
I'd say, all right, Danny. You Numbnuts, you run a 7. Go.
I wouldn't get mad. I laugh. You tell me numbnuts. You run a 7. You run a 7. All right.
Run a 7, numbnuts.
Maybe I'm sorry.
Denny, a few people want you to co-host the show. You know, they love you being here.
Show extended
The
edition.
show, you know, and I'm telling you.
Terry, thank you for
the
that.
content of the show and your show. I find, you know what I like is that you make up your own thing when you say I'm the top one quarterback whisperer. I don't even know where that came from, but I get it. I get it, Smitty. But no. you're like, I'm the top.
Well,
I'm the top quarterback.
Well, hey, numbnuts. Where I'm coming up with that is that Fantasy Pros name me the number 1 numbnuts quarterback ranker in the industry. I'm not joking. That's where I came up with it. I didn't come up with it. Fantasy Pros did. They analyzed all the quarterback rank, or they analyzed all the experts in the entire fantasy industry, and your boy Smitty on a 3-year average is the number 1 overall ranker.
I know. I know that, and I'm so proud to be a part of this. I love what it's just funny. It just, numbnuts is fun, but I'm proud to be a part of this. And hey, you know what I love? I love being on the graveyard. And my buddy Benny Blanco, and then there's this girl Juju Smith. She's the girl that loves your show, Juliet, but I call her Juju Smith Oliver. She loves when I'm on the show, and she loves the way we interact and everything. I just Juju Smith Schuster to the moon.
So Denny, this is like you. This is what? You're getting a little game out of this, right? You coming on the show, you're getting a little. You're getting a little.
Well, it all started.
Comes full circle.
You know, it all started when I did that. What was that thing when you start and then I started as $1.99, and then you told. All of a sudden, I was just getting mad. Mad girls are coming at me when I was. What's that $1.99 thing?
Yeah, the YouTube exclusive membership. You're telling me, hold on, this is a good ad spot for me. You're telling me that the $1.99 YouTube exclusive membership has been getting you girls left and right.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
this is unbelievable. This could be you.
Beautiful. No, I think it's just because I was $1.99, just part owner. And
part owner.
You know, I'm .0001 and
part owner of the show, bro.
The best.
Your super chat has made you part owner. You partly control. When someone says, "Hey, Danny," at the bar, they say, "Danny, what do you do?" You go, "Well, I'm part owner of the Fantasy Football Show." It might only be $1.99 investment, but it is a portion of the of what's driving the show and keeping the lights on, Danny. You keep using it, bro. You keep using it.
That's you know what? Hey, there's no shame in my game, but that's what I do, man. I'm part owner, and Smitty.
So
I love the content. I love the guys.
I mean, we've been helping people get dates. We've been helping people get dates since the show started. Denny is proof of that. Denny, is Juju Smith Oliver your pal? Are they an avid watcher of the show?
Her name's Juliet, and she heard me on there. So, so just give her a shout out, Juju. Her name's Juliet Oliver. So
Jillian Smith Schuster.
Oliver.
Jillian Smith Schuster. Okay. Shout out. Keep Denny safe.
Yeah. Juju Smith Oliver. Yeah, her name's Juliet. She loves your show, and then she hears me on here once in a while, but. Give her a shout out.
For sure.
I'd love it if you put it on the graveyard.
Denny, everyone in the chat absolutely loves when you come on the show. Let me just tell you that, okay? You come on the show and people people are super chatting to extend the show. The show is supposed to end. You called in with a 60-second timer left. You called in with a 60-second timer. Everybody keeps extending the show.
Show extended additional
because they don't want me to hang up on you.
Nah, you know what, Smitty? You are the best.
You're the best.
I know I say that, but you know what? So is everybody else that loves me. I mean, the best. But Juju Smith-Oliver, her name's Juliet. So I says, all right, her name's Juliet, and she heard me on here. So I go, Juju Smith-Oliver. So I'm giving her props. And if you say, Juju, I love you know what I mean? We love you.
I'll say Juju. You say Smith-Oliver. Ready? Juju.
All right. Smith-Oliver.
Juju.
Smith-Oliver.
Attaboy, Denny. Denny's doing it live.
Smitty?
Yeah.
I love you so fucking much.
The show loves you,
my
Denny.
bad. I don't.
You are the show, Denny.
Send me to the moon.
Hey,
Send me to the moon.
If I ever need to leave for a week's vacation, I think I want you running the show for a week.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it, but I'll get mad at them guys. I don't care. You know what I mean? Everyone getting, with their San Francisco 49ers.
I'd come back. There'd be no videos left on the show. You delete them.
I wouldn't do you like that. No, you know what? Yeah,
I don't think you need to, but
I'd be down. You know, the graveyard crew would thrive. If you left me, I'd be all about the graveyard crew because I got a lot of love for the graveyard crew. They're the guys that are right there in the middle of the night, and they still love everything. You know, I love those guys. And Rockout's cool. Beard, who's the big guy? I love that guy.
Yeah, Blackbeard. Hey, I got to answer the super chat. Maybe you can help me answer it. So this is from Russian Collusion. Questions for Smitty and Denny.
Right.
Smitty, sent you my moon draft. I did not get Lance Brown or White. Can you bring it on air? Where did you send it? Like you tell me you DM'd it to me? Oh, okay, here it is. Okay. So here's his
Talk to me.
Here's his draft. Let me send it to my screen.
All right.
Hold on.
All right. What did he give and what did he get? That's the question.
Yeah, Denny's gonna break this down hardcore style. Okay,
Break it down.
Denny's here to save you, Russian. All right, let's reset this timer to 2 minutes. Okay, here we go. So he got Joseph Burrow, Dak Prescott, Davis Mills as his quarterbacks. It's a 1 QB best ball draft on Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty, Denny. Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, that's a good quarterback rotation. Optimal scoring. It's only going to start one quarterback, but it'll rotate those bad boys, so that's good. Javonte, Etienne, Breece Hall, Tony Pollard, Kenneth Walker. Some good RBs. You agree, Denny?
Did he say what did he say after the first two great quarterbacks? Did he say Mills?
Yep, Mills.
Did I hear Mills in between there?
I like Mills, Denny.
You know what? Jump up. Oh, you like Mills?
I do like
Mills.
Mills.
My bad. All right.
That's okay.
Yo, I don't like him.
Hey, Denny.
I don't have no reason to him.
Trust in Mills. He looks
Smitty,
good.
you remember this?
He looks
Smitty,
good.
All right. Tell me the rest of the...
Okay, so he's got Javonte, Etienne, Breece Hall, Tony Pollard, Kenneth Walker. Those are fire running backs. He's got Joe Burrow. Okay, his wide receivers are pretty good considering. Jamar Chase, Tolbert, Dotson, Alec Pierce. I mean, it gets weak for sure, but to still have Jamar Chase, to have Etienne, to have Javonte, to have Breece Hall, to have Joe Burrow, to have Dalton.
Let me talk to you about Dotson. Okay. Let's not go over Dotson. Dotson's in a little special spot, and I'm not. Hi, sweetie. Oh, I'm talking to my girl. She loves me. I got my Brazilian wife. You know, Dotson's in a special spot, and I'm not hating. You know, can we talk about Dotson right now? Just to this guy, you know, me and you. Let's talk about Dotson.
In 10 seconds.
I mean, I like Dotson a lot, man. I like Dotson a lot. I just think that I would say Dotson's special. I'd say he's not in a special spot, though. I'd say he's not special, and I worry about Wentz in that quarterback situation. But I do like him a lot, Denny. I think he could be pretty good.
I get it.
You know? But I do like him. But yeah, it's a good team. I mean, I like it. Ron, what do you think of this team? It's a pretty good team. I mean, maybe you could have one more wide receiver, but like it comes at a cost, right? You have really good running backs, really good quarterbacks, really good tight end, and you're going to have a hole somewhere. So I'm okay with it being your wide receiver 2 and 3. I just don't, I hope to God the injuries don't hit your wide receivers, because that would keep you from being like a money spot winner. You know what I'm saying? So I would say
no, I hear you. I hear you. But all right, so let's go. I got Smitty, nothing. I got a thing going on at the mall, and I already talked to you about this. But
the mall?
I got 2 overall. All right, I know Breece is gone. So Breece to the mall, right? So number 2, right? Number 2 overall in the Dynasty, right? What are we talking about here? I know you like Walker. You like Walker, don't you?
I like Walker, Kenny. You don't take Walker at 2 overall, I'm going to be very disappointed, Denny, because this is your opportunity to get your value back. You got to get your value back. You got rid of Josh Allen. It's okay, but you have to really land this number 2 overall pick. Don't let Walker.
I gave up Josh Allen. Okay. All right, and then Bling. All right. Then I got 4. I got Beach, Smitty. I got Beach. I got fuck them. I hate. I'm sorry about the F-bomb.
I can't even hear it.
We don't need to have that.
That's okay.
All right, and then I got 4 overall. All right, Smitty.
Yeah. Denny.
Yeah. Then I got 4 overall. Okay, so then, all right. So Breece is gone. Then I grab Walker. All right. And then, who's gone after that?
I mean, I like London. I like Olave. I like Christian Watson. I suppose. You could also.
You hate Burks.
I don't hate Burks. I just don't know that I love his situation.
I'm not putting you on the.
Show extended additional 2 minutes.
I'm gonna grab Walker.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to get London with 4. You get that? You know what I mean?
You're not going to get London at 4?
I
might.
No. Right, so then what?
Olave at 4 if you don't get London.
Wow, you told me that before, man. You're solid. Dude, you stick. You're a man of your man. You're a man of your word. Yeah, you told me that before. Yeah, Olave.
I do what I can, Denny. I do what I can to stay solid and a man of my word.
I never argue with you. You know what? These people don't know that you're a quarterback whisperer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't know that you're not everything doesn't mean something. You know what I mean? Like, just because Smitty says this doesn't mean that. I get it. You are trying to make me money.
Show
all right?
In one
You, Smitty, I work for you and you work for me. You're always trying to make me money, Smitty. You're always trying to make me money.
Appreciate you, Denny. All right, Denny. Well, it's sad that this is coming to an end, but I appreciate you. I can't thank you enough. And keep doing your thing. Okay, pal?
Smitty, and all the people on the graveyard, Smitty, I can't tell you how much I love how good you are into the graveyard people. You know what I mean? We're trying to work, but then we're trying to make money on this side. But Smitty, you don't do the most popular thing, but you're trying to make us some money. You know what I mean? And graveyard, can you send me to the moon, Smitty?
I can send you to the moon on the way out right now.
Ends in 10
hold
seconds.
on, we got another person extended. Like, everyone's just extending the show. They just want more Denny. I mean, I got to hit the button for 2 more minutes, Denny. They keep super chatting
Show
to have it extended.
Smitty, no, Smitty, you're just too good to me. And all these guys on the graveyard, Smitty, you're just too good to me. I remember when I said you blocked me? Like, you know how bad I felt when I did that, and you told me I never blocked. No, Smitty,
you know what I think
again.
happened, Denny? I think, not there might have been a few cocktails involved too, but I think what happened was I shut my phone line down, and I think you tried to call, and I think you might have thought that because the phone line was off. Hold on.
Yeah, let's just. Is it Juliet?
Yeah.
Julia.
Sorry, no, that wasn't Juju Smith-Oliver calling. Hey.
She's gonna love that I said that. Hey, what's me? She's gonna love that I said that. She's gonna love that. She saw me on there. She's like, just say my name. All right, what's me?
Ready?
No, she actually loved that.
Denny, Juju.
Smith. Oliver. We did it. I think we did it.
We did it right.
Oh.
I mean,
I think we did it. I appreciate it so much. She's gonna appreciate it too. I'm gonna show it to her tomorrow, and she's gonna really enjoy that. And I might even get a lace. If I play my cards right.
You might. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, look with the position you're putting her in, man. Where she's gonna be like, this guy's talking me up on one of the best fantasy shows on the planet. Getting the word out.
Show ends in 10 seconds.
I don't know, man. Can we just do it one more time?
Sure. Juju.
Smith. Oliver.
Oh, Denny. Denny, the chat absolutely loved it.
Good times, man. I love it. Hey, keep me on that main graveyard thing. I hope I'm on the main graveyard.
The chat absolutely loves you, Denny. I appreciate. I'm sending you to the moon, and then I got to get off. I appreciate everybody. Denny, you are going to the moon, young man. Now,
Smitty, you're at Pluto. You're at Pluto, Smitty. All right. Send me to the moon.
Here you go. You're out of here. You're out of here, Denny. Here you go.
To the moon.
Oh, man, Denny. Hey, Collusion, I appreciate you dropping that. I do have to run at this point, so let me answer Collusion's question, and then I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys dropping the super chats. Man, Denny is unbelievable. He's unbelievable. Like, if I'm not careful, this guy's taking over my show, essentially. Russian Collusion, Denny is on the moon. Love this guy. Yeah, Denny, we sent him to the moon. Russian, appreciate you. Ron, Kenny dropping a super chat. Juju Smith-Oliver to the moon, says Kenny. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Ron Navy. Everybody dropping super chats, extending the show. We've been live for 2 hours and 45 minutes. We gotta call it a night. 2 hours and 45 minutes. Appreciate every single one of you. Monday through Friday, or live whenever there's breaking news, or if Denny calls. Get my one-on-one text device behind my shoulder at thefantasyfootballshow.com. Play Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty, link down below. Get signed up now. Click the link. DFS, get ready in case we go live tonight or tomorrow and do mock drafts. We need to do them. You need to be signed up ahead of time in order to get in. You know what I'm saying? Peace. Peace out to all of you. Appreciate you. Thank you, Denny. Thank you, all you. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.